The college basketball experience previewed picks episode for Wednesday, February 26th on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up, and when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN to get 50% deposit bonus up to $1,000. Woo! We're also brought to you by Edge Boost. Earn up to $750 per month in your sports gambling transactions. Go to edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. And last but not least, we're brought to you by Rhythm, the leader in data-driven picks and props. Yes, Rhythm is giving away a $250 future and throwing a March Madness party in Vegas. And we will be there. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party for all the details. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
Hey, what's up, you degenerate gamblers? This is Bill Burr, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, baby.
To the 2.0 college basketball experience preview picks for February 26th. We apologize. I had some technical difficulties on the first version because I am a fucking moron. Anyway, now that that's out there, youtube.com/the college experience, hit that like and subscribe button. Follow this moron. Because this moron's giving out fire plays left and right. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swinging Database Dad, a.k.a. Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I'm probably drinking too much and celebrating too much and not sleeping. Would have killed a normal man, but no, that's gone. The medical advice I got from that was like being hit by lightning. Pretend it never happened and get on with your life.
I mean, I don't want to jinx it. But I've been on a heater for 6 straight nights. Yeah.
And a good run.
Yeah, I mean, $700 richer. Yes, I am joined by my co-host. You see him right there if you're watching. If not, then don't worry. Thunder and lightning are here. Give it up for the host of the Ryan and Rush Show, former video coordinator for Hall of Fame coach Bob Huggins and Frank Martin, Ryan McIntyre, a.k.a. Money Lod. Mac, how are you, brother?
Doing good. In between the shows, I blocked our show on Twitter. So it's not every day you block your own show's Twitter handle, because I was trying to delete it and I accidentally hit block. So I was like, oh, shit, I accidentally blocked our account. So, yeah, that's off to a good start.
Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight. Big fan of blocking our own account. We are also joined by third man in the booth, college baseball, the heart of the college baseball experience, and just a guy. He's always serving high heat. Give it up for Noah Bieniek. How are you, brother?
How's it going, guys? So when Colby went to reboot his computer, I had to do everything behind the scenes and whatnot. We talked about it. We're going to go live at 2:30. For the first time ever in the history of the show, the college basketball experience, we go live at 2:28, 2 minutes early, without me. I wasn't even in the studio. These guys just
taking a
press
shit?
live.
Were you taking a shit?
No,
Yeah,
I was
eating your goddamn fig Newtons. We know what's going on over there.
Holy shit. these guys just, all right, let's fucking run it back.
Well, we're on a tight schedule. You
got to be done by 5.
Yeah, I got a coffee right here. I'm not sleeping all night. I'm healthy again. I know you got the flu now or some shit, but
Me, Iowa State and Illinois. We're just all going through it. UMass, all these teams going through the flu or whatever the fuck it is. I'm going through the flu too. I ain't missing any games. like a couple of these candy asses though.
Oh yeah, I saw you at the Robin Center, not the Siegel Center, tonight, and we will talk all about everything. But out the gate, we had. Why do I feel like this? North Alabama taking on Central Arkansas.
That was
That's what I thought. What? So the app is fucked up here. That's what I was like.
I thought he was going to hit us with the Hubert Davis shit, and then he goes. To
oh yeah, I forgot about that. You see what happens when you have computer problems? Hubert Davis was extended apparently in October.
Yeah, slid one in. They hired Belichick, and they go, Hubert, you get an extension.
What the hell's going on here? We thought he was on the hot seat the whole time. He inked the deal back in October. No one covered it. The whole fucking sport. No one covered it.
That's pretty crazy that Rothstein, Norlander, you take your beat writer, all missed it. We were
talking about it before the show. How does something like this stay quiet, stay hush hush from October to January? Now all of a sudden the program hits a little turbulence and then a little squeak, squeak, squeak out of the solid formations of your walls.
It's a good thing they're a football school now.
Do we have a date on when it was signed?
It was just no. I mean, do we have a photo of it?
Because something tells me, what if this thing was signed like mid-October, when Roy Williams is going to practices and goes, "This team isn't very fucking good." He goes, "Hey, we need to get Hubert extended off that run last year. We were 1 seed. We got some momentum going in this year." Damn well knowing that they were going to suck ass this year. Seems like Grandpa Roy pulled one here, and he gets shit done around there. You got to give Roy Williams some credit, man. He looks out for his guy, and he's dying on the sword for Hubert. He's a loyal ass dude, and I can respect that. He's in a tough ass spot. He deep down probably knows that Hubert's not the right guy for the job, but he's gonna go down with his guy.
That could have happened, or they canned Mac Brown, and they needed to. They felt a little pressure on the basketball side after having a team be a 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. And we're like, yeah, let's be a little more comfortable on the basketball side of things.
I mean, they just got a shit ton of money coming through football. Maybe it's coming through basketball too. I don't know, but they did just raise a bunch of money for sport. The article I read was like football only, but things change. Maybe they'll get it back going after a shitty year like this.
They should. I mean, goddamn, they're North Carolina still. I mean,
yeah.
At some point, we crucify Kansas on this show. That should be the floor of these programs. Like a 5-6 seed, just shitty. That doesn't work. It's not a good enough group, but your talent still should be able to get you 20 wins and be a 5 or 6 seed.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You're North Carolina, always second tier to East Carolina, but you're still North Carolina. All right. Look, I want a game investigated from the start. Bowling Green, 65, Eastern Michigan, 60.
They're back to being investigated.
I mean, how can you be that great in the second half? So 19 points in the first half, 41 in the second. This is exactly what flagged them in the first place.
Quite literally. Exactly.
Yes. This needs to be investigated again. And I saw Pat Forde, report. He dropped an article regarding there's a bunch of more teams to be named, apparently.
We can name them right now. I'm pretty sure.
We're going to get to in a couple minutes here, but so we know Eastern Michigan, Fresno, A&T, Valley State. That's 4. But if what is a bunch also? Like how many is a bunch? But I have my idea on one of them, and I want this one investigated. But we have another one here in a second. What's that?
I read the article, and they were saying that they targeted low budget schools. Like they specifically wanted to select schools with no money, to put it.
Well, they're probably thinking like there's 360 some teams. If we get the lowest hanging fruit, who's watching?
Well, no. It's these guys will do something for the money. They're not getting anything NIL wise from the school.
Yeah. And also who's watching? I think both. Because you don't want the FBI after you. The guy was trying to escape to Colombia.
People are watching Temple.
Yeah. That they fucked up. That's the one that caught him, really, right?
That's Philly. That's Philly. That's Philly. That's a city of Philly corruption.
Yeah, that's been going on for a long time.
Yeah, they're going at poor schools, athletes that are playing for poor schools. That's what it is.
Yeah, and to Bieniek's point, like the guys at the high major Power 5 level have a lot more to lose doing some shit like this with NIL. Some of them, I'm sure, want to play in the NBA. I mean, maybe I don't know if they can or not, but a lot of these guys at the mid-major or low major
here's
Long
the
Island
problem.
are like, I ain't playing in the NBA. I'll fucking make some money on props.
I want to add to Mac too. The guys that were outed by name, a couple of them are like the team's leading scorers. It's like kind of funny.
That's where it gets like iffy to me though, is like, okay, if you're at A&T, if you're at Valley State, if you're at EMU, if you're at Fresno maybe because they're Mountain West. How much money is really so you can't make that much money because it will get flagged. You can't bet on that much money. You know what I mean? Because it will get flagged. Like at A&T, how much money is bet your traditional A&T game? And all of a sudden, if you get a gigantic fucking wager on it, it's gonna get flagged like that college baseball shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
how much money did the college baseball coach put on?
It was 6 figures. And the handle on
it is fuck.
And the handle on those games.
Wait, I thought it was 5 figures. I thought it was 5.
It could be 5. It could be 5.
Yeah, I thought it was 5.
But it was ginormous for the market size. Like the market handle on that game was triple digits.
It's got to be similar though on an A&T basketball game.
And nobody in Cincinnati, Ohio, truly
betting Alabama baseball. Especially Alabama baseball.
It's rare. Like I'm a rare breed untamed, Sean Green. But no, like people in the North don't follow college baseball like people in the South. So they had like I think the number was $150 on this game, and somebody comes in with 15K, I think was the number, and it was like, yeah, this guy knows something. So then they asked him, like, what are you doing? And he's like, I got a text from the coach saying that they're starting pitching.
Yeah, he's a fucking idiot.
That's what it.
He didn't even lie about it.
Yeah, no, he didn't think they would rat them out. He's like, you got to get in on this game, guys. Yeah. Right? But wait, like Troy's saying, Colby, it's nowhere near similar. Alabama in the South was a good baseball program. So like I imagine money would still come in on Alabama baseball. I would love to know how much money comes in on A&T basketball games. I don't think it's a lot.
They were a top 16 team in the country that year.
Alabama was, yes. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like I bet you because college baseball, it's just not gambled on that much, especially those years. I bet you A&T in that is parallel. I bet you it's fucking parallel.
100%.
It's just like if you hit 4 figures on a prop bet, that's automatically a fucking flag. That's a flag. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not worth it. You're never going to be able to play college ball again. Your fucking scholarship, your scholarship's worth a certain amount of value, right? And it's like, I have a hard time unless there's some shit in other countries. You know what I mean? Like where you're getting a bag of cash, like funneled down through another country or something. Like I can't see it. I can't see it happening here. Like if you're telling me like you got a guy who's betting on some shit in Thailand or something, then it's like, okay, if you get over to Thailand, there's a bunch of money for you. I have no idea, but I'm just saying, I just can't, you're getting flagged here. If you put that much money on a fucking game, I really believe that. I really believe you walk in with 50 grand. Like I think that it was more around that figure for the Alabama baseball, and you put it on A&T. I guarantee you that shit's getting flagged.
Yeah, 100%. I don't mean the shit on Troy, but I think he's overestimating this by 5x. I think 10K max for a North Carolina A&T game.
Yeah.
If you hit 5 figures on one of these mid-major games, that's unless you're out in personally out in Vegas. Like, you're not like these books are gonna be like, what the fuck is like who the fuck is betting on Stonehill fucking Long Island for 10K?
Yeah.
Other than you.
Other than Colby.
Yeah. I mean, you're lucky I'm not a billionaire because I'd be doing dumbass shit. The books would be all confused. Books would be all fucking confused. They're like, I don't know. Everyone's
Why does this guy only bet on Long Island and Eastern Michigan?
So I ate shit on EMU, but I bounced back. We had a lock battle. Dundee grabs the win. Georgia Southern 61 in the deeper than hate rivalry. App State 59. I know you were at the game, so
Score watching.
Yeah, Georgia Southern was a better team. It mattered more to them, even though they were terrible from the free throw line.
Where are we at standings wise? I mean, fuck, we're gonna see this game potentially next week again.
Yeah, I'll write app then. Standings wise, I mean, the Sun Belt's just fucking chaos. Georgia Southern just jumped up. App State drops back. Then Marshall puts it on ODU. Glad we didn't bet ODU. We were thinking about it. Marshall wins by 17. We double lock Buffalo against Central Michigan. Boom. 73-69. Central gets it done. Buffalo with the easy cover.
They should never like never again.
Yeah. I mean, that's ridiculous. But hold on. We gotta talk. So those teams that you thought, that's what Sean was asking me. He was like, what other teams would you like? We should put our minds together here, because I think the obvious one is the Richmond Spiders, right? The Richmond Spiders, the way they've lost games this year. And I think this VCU game is a perfect example of that. You know, I think it was at the 6 minute mark that we were with ease covering this. It was like 10, I think
9.
Yeah. And then they didn't score another point.
Yeah. I will say in their defense tonight, they had a layup to cut it to 7. The guy got fucking hacked, got fucking hit across the head, no call. And then they compounded with the fucking technical foul on Mooney. That took the whole air out of the momentum of the game. They were on like a 15-2 run, and then they never could get the momentum back. So, like, yes, it was fucking alarming that they didn't score, but they also got fucked on the cover. Richmond should have covered with the way that they came back. Now, in the first half, I was like, VCU is going to win by 1,000 tonight.
Yeah.
They were making everything. They made 10 out of 15 threes. My God.
It just seems like Richmond, though, every game they should be like they're like, I know we joke around with some of the teams saying this should be flagged, but like Richmond is a team that the trend is so common that they lose a, what essentially would be the cover. I would like to think, if you're telling me who are these other teams on that Pat Forde article, one of the first ones that comes to mind is the Richmond Spiders. Is there any others that you could think of off the top of your head?
Oh yeah, I mean, so some of those MAAC Iona fucking is up 20 every game, and then they blow it every game, and the game always lands on the number. Iona is always by the hook. A couple of those MAAC teams in that corrupt part of the country, Jersey, Philly, I mean, New York. Corruption going on up there. That's MAAC fucking country up there. The NEC, a lot of those numbers land right on the hook. Yeah, those things.
Monty saying FIU, the airport, perhaps. I mean, there's a few that stand out. Like,
we thought about that with the Delta Devils, Mac.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. If you're looking for poor schools, I mean, Lindenwood's probably in that mix too, right? So we ate shit there, and we ate shit right here.
Yeah, but Lindenwood's got like 9 conference wins this year. They're actually having a good year.
They should have won tonight.
They collapsed. It's hilarious.
No, I mean, the dude hit a buzzer beater to get to overtime. It was, Duke 97, Miami 60. Good Lord.
What happened in this game? I was score watching, and all the Duke fanboys were letting me know how great Duke is.
Well, they did this without Tyrese Proctor, who got injured in like the first 10 minutes.
Did Miami just quit in the second half?
They're such a bitch team, dude. But I mean, Duke still looked great. I mean, Flag only played, I don't know, like 20, like I feel like half the game.
Mac, I have a school that you would throw into the list.
Who's that?
Fullerton.
Oh, dude.
Oh yeah. 100%. 100%.
Big game earlier in the year. I saw that. It was rigged.
Oh, there was a few. There was a few from Fullerton.
I disagree with Paul. Miami had covered like 5 in a row. Miami's actually been one of our better teams to bet on recently.
Yeah. Yeah. Duke looked great.
Yeah.
You guys got to give Duke credit. Hey, I locked up Duke against the Illini. It's not like I've been fading them. It's direct your attention over here to the ultimate Duke hater from going back to last season, apparently.
Don't make me call Kevin Keats on your fucking ass. He owns you. Kevin Keats covers every fucking time against the Dukies. Been an old John Shire from a Final Four. Thank you. Kevin Keats will always hold a special place in my heart because he won that game. That was great. And then he got extended, and now he won't even make the ACC tournament.
Oh, no. It was the best thing ever for ECU fan. I know. I can't remember if you locked this up. I tried to talk you out of it. St. Louis 57, Davidson 56.
What a game.
Davidson covers, dude. And the Billikens were getting drilled early on. Yeah. They battle back. They get that dub. Did you bet this?
No, I stayed away.
Okay.
Stayed away.
And then we double locked the Marquette Golden Eagles 82-52. Woo! These Providence fans.
You're on a tough streak right now.
It's okay. You'll always have that Final Four with Pitino. You always have that Final Four with Pitino. Good Lord. It's rare that Shaka wins like that.
They'll always have that conference championship.
Yeah.
With Ed Cooley and the Sweet 16 with Ed Cooley. We never lay fucking double digits to Shaka. So it was like, God, I don't want to do this. But like out of dick measuring contests and ego, I have to fucking do this to stick it to them. And boy, did they come through for us. Shout out to Marquette. Good job, guys. Well done. You beat them like fucking Seton Hall. Providence might be the worst team in the Big East other than Seton Hall. I don't think that's too far fetched.
Yeah, no, I agree. And tonight was about the stinky lines and diving and trusting what you got out of the stinky lines. And what we went in on that. Like what I mean is several lines were stinky.
Yeah.
And I think almost all of them hit, with the exception of maybe one. Ohio was only a 5-point favorite against Western Michigan. Made no sense.
Yeah.
Western Michigan, 82. Ohio, 73.
Letdown, I guess. I mean, at some point, like I get the letdown spot. I mean, we play letdown spots all the time, but this isn't really the time of year you have a letdown. You have letdowns in like November and December and January, but by this time you should be stacking wins and playing your best ball headed into March. That was alarming that they lost that game.
Well, and especially like by losing it by basically double digits. Chansey Willis had 34 points and 8 assists.
Yeah,
for the Broncos. But like, let me ask you something: is this a game that should be flagged? Because it's like I don't understand how they fucking got that number. We talked about this last night. We talked about this on several shows, or I talked about it on several shows, but the number made no sense. To me, what is it about the number making no sense? No matter what you use, you can look at KenPom, you can look at other shit, and then you see that outcome. How do you not just sit there and say, this is rigged? Now we benefited off of it, but I'm just saying, like, to the lay college basketball fan tuning in and seeing that line and saying, "Well, these guys were talking about it makes no sense." It does make no fucking sense.
Yeah, and this is why, like, I know every now and then we'll dive into the stink. I don't really like diving into the stink. I think that more times than not, you're going to be on the wrong side of the stink. Actually, I guarantee you're going to be on the wrong side more than not. I mean, there's a reason those casinos are fucking the way that they are. So you got to be able to label some of these where it's like, what the fuck is this line? Ohio should beat them by 15. But you're right.
It's like the theme of the night on specifically a night like tonight. We're going to talk. I'm going to circle back to this in a little bit.
To a team that Mac mentioned earlier, Mac, if you were trying to throw a basketball game, how would you do it? Get into the mind of somebody that's doing this. Explain to me what you would possibly do as a player.
If you're throwing a basketball game.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think he has experience doing that, but
I don't like. I've never done it.
Would one of the ways be turnovers that are not steal percentage? Like, so Ken Pom has a stat called non-steal turnover percentage.
Free throws, missed free throws.
Yeah,
too.
that's probably the easiest, right?
You can control that.
90th.
Yeah.
Get him foul. If you're the star, get him foul trouble.
So Iona was a team that Mac mentioned, right? They have the third worst non-steal turnover possessions. So when you're just being careless with the ball, like passing and misdribbling, it's not even like getting it stolen from you. And also they are bottom 75 in free throw rate. So there you go.
Yeah. I mean, I think like
Iona's getting flagged. I'm convinced.
Yeah. Oh, I'm convinced Fullerton. The more I think about it, since Bieniek was talking about that, I was like, yeah, Fullerton. I remember watching some games and I'm like, this team's not bad. And then like the next time,
I won an Oregon State bet that Max still wants flagged.
I remember that game. That game should be flagged. I watched that whole game.
Getting 17 and a half and you have the lead at the 6-minute mark and you don't cover. I go, what? No. This is rigged. There's no way.
Yeah. The Western Michigan one, once again, like just dive into that from the night before, the numbers that I gave out from them at home. What's that?
Perfect. Our chat is perfect. They answered my question. They're still coming. Like traveling, late shots, 10-second violation,
dumb shit,
fouling out, giving the ball away, throw it out
over
of
the
bounds
back
for no reason, no boxing out. Who's the? There was a Power 5 game ender on a no box out free throw. Like that little stuff is just so textbook fundamental that if you just don't do it, it fucks you.
Seton Hall's either really bad or they're fixing games. they're in that geographical area of the country.
Oh yeah. So
and they're a poor school.
Very true. We double locked Cincinnati 69-67. Now some of it might have got the worst number. I know on the SGP show it was 2.5, but by the time we did our show it was 1.5. Or at least by the time I put the fucking bet in, it was 1.5. And that I didn't think that line would move. Your luck.
I mean, it popped between 1.5 and 2.5 the whole fucking day.
Yeah.
And then some books that do the flat numbers, it was 2. They nailed that fucking number to a T, to your point.
Let's talk about this though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Cincinnati.
Bubble.
Well, they're at Houston, they're home to K-State, they're at Oklahoma State. If they lose to Houston, take care of business against Kansas State and Oklahoma State. What do they need to do to make this fuck? I know it's a million moving pieces. What are the other teams going to do? Is Texas going to lose to Arkansas? Is Arkansas going to beat Texas? All these other things. Do you think if they do that, they're going to be on the inside heading into the Big 12 tournament?
If they go 2-1, no, I think they need to beat Houston. I think they need to beat Houston. And that's, of course, a very, very tall task. But they've beaten Houston before. And and maybe Houston's due for a little bit of a letdown off of all these crazy games, like they did against Texas Tech at home. So I think Cincy has to beat Houston, and that's a tall task. They're going to be a double-digit underdog down there. If they don't, they got to win those two, and then what? They probably got to win at least 2 in the Big 12 tourney, right? Because these bid stealers are going to start coming in.
Yeah, it's going to be great to watch. Can't wait for all of it. We had a battle. You won. Georgia Tech 73. Eat shit Pitt 67. Good God.
Take it away.
You are the worst fucking institution. I mean, you are the absolute biggest pile of shit. Georgia Tech can't beat anybody on the fucking road. What, 1 win? Clemson, that's a rivalry game. Okay. These other teams that have no history, Boston College. Boston College handled their own. They said, hey, get this Georgia Tech bullshit out of here. Pitt, what are you doing? What are you doing? You are such a shitty school. How do you get in this spot? How do you let the Yellow Jackets come in there? You're an 8.5-point favorite, and you just get your ass whooped by a. Look at what Georgia Tech has done this season. Losing record, no talent, without one of their best players. Unbelievable to me. Unfucking believable. There, and you re-up Capel? You re-up fucking Capel. What was I thinking? Anyway.
They are such a fraud, dude. The fucking ESPN and any bracketologist gave them every opportunity in the world. They were always on the first 4 in or last 4 in or first 4 out. All they got to do is win against Notre Dame in their end. They lose to Notre Dame and fucking Georgia Tech back to back. They just lost to Florida State. I mean, and who else did they lose? They lost to somebody else that's in the bottom tier. They have lost 10 they've lost 10 out of 14 games.
I will give some credit to their fans because they were there tonight. They were there. It was not empty. For taking on Georgia Tech, you would think that'd be pretty boring.
It's about to start being empty again, like it was 3 years ago before they got it back. This is back-to-back years that they're going to have NBA guys on their team and not go to the fucking tournament both years. I mean, Capel.
But they just re-upped them last year or the year before?
Year before, I believe. They
could pull the trigger on it. They could fire him. If it was 2 years ago, they could fire him.
I'm not trying to defend Pitt in any way. Am I living under a rock? Who's the NBA player on the team this year?
The guard.
I didn't know there was.
The guard is projected to be
low
or
Leggett and Lowe.
I think it's Leggett. It's one of the two guards. Last year, Bub was Carrington was
he was a lottery pick. Yeah, he was a lottery pick, and Hinson was money from deep on some nights. But yeah, I don't know if there's
what year is Capel in, Bieniek? Can you pull that information?
6 or 7.
Man, him and Bobby Hurley have 9 lives.
I think his first year was the year before I got there.
He's made 1 tournament appearance?
Yeah.
He's got to be fired, right?
It's definitely got to be hot. Yeah,
well, no, if he re-up
towards Noah, it's low.
If he re-upped last year, I bet they stay because I don't think the buyout. But if he re-upped 2 years ago, he might be canned.
Yeah. I would think Pitt is got to think that they should be, dude. And this goes back to what we're saying. And I love that they fucking suck. Don't get but if you're a Pitt fan, A, you're a piece of shit. But B, there's no excuse to not make the tournament in this version of the ACC. It is a horrible league this year. All you have to do is go 11-7.
I mean, the worst part about it is I
was right the first one too. It's his 7th year.
Oof, yeah.
Bieniek, can you search when he signed the extension again? Because I'm curious if this thing opens up because it should. This is one of the more talented teams in the ACC, believe it or not.
There's fucking 7-footers.
That's what I'm saying. If you gave this team to another coach,
Yeah.
I believe they could be like Sweet 16 good.
Give it to DeVries. DeVries could be a Big 12 contender with that roster, those guards.
This is the first year of a 3-year extension.
So he signed it last season.
Actually, I should say
that buyout? What's that buyout?
At the end of his contract, his extension keeps him through until 2030.
Pitt's like a mystery to me. Like they should be awesome in football and awesome in basketball. They don't even have an NBA fucking team.
Jeff Capel's buyout clause is reportedly $15 million.
Which is a lot for basketball.
It is big.
They're not going to do it. You know why? Because they're going to have to share the revenue with the fucking players. He's going to get saved by this shit. He's going to get saved.
I mean, I gotta think Narduzzi's seat's fucking hot too.
What are they?
They lost 7 in a row to end the year.
They still made a bowl, but
yeah, they lost to Toledo.
Yeah, they have a new athletic director though. They have a new You know what? He is going to get fired. They have a new athletic director
with a below 500 record. The bowl games mean less and less, man. It is what it is.
Especially when fucking Rich Rod gets Dovey going, and then it's going to be the old BYU Utah. They're going to look and be like, "Oh fuck, we can't have West Virginia spanking our ass."
Pitt, the city of Pittsburgh.
There's 42 bowl games, so that's 84 teams. 84 of your 134. That's way over half. We were talking about this last night on the show. Way over half gets a postseason appearance.
Yeah,
that's so phony.
I mean, well, that's the thing though, is like Narduzzi though will get up and beat a good, like Pitt beats good teams sometimes. Actually under Narduzzi, I feel like it's kind of frequent. Like I feel like they're good for like 1 or 2 big wins a year. But they'll lose to, Boston College or something. But I mean,
Nipple's not a good coach. That's the bottom line. Like he doesn't maximize the talent.
They have a new athletic director.
Yeah.
Watch out. That one might be
Football
the whole fucking ACC.
Football or basketball.
Well, that's the thing they got to evaluate. That's why I don't know. At least Narduzzi is like beating good. Like I think Narduzzi's just safer than Capel because I think like they still are pumping out pros. Like they I mean, I guess you could say they're pumping out pros in basketball, but I'm just saying like they pass the eye test in certain games, like in some big matchups that they show up. Capel has only made the NCAA tournament once.
In the playing game. They made it in the playing game. They should have made it last year. They should have made it this year with the rosters that they've had. They're up there with biggest underachieving programs, and it's just a beautiful thing to see.
So I looked up Pitt's athletic director because I'll be honest, I didn't even know they had a new one.
Is it a man or a woman?
It's a man.
The previous one was a woman.
Yeah,
his picture looked extremely familiar to me. I was like, how do I recognize this guy? Alan Green, the former athletic director of Auburn, who signed Bruce Pearl to that lifetime extension, did the video with him. He's like, he's here forever. He's with Auburn for life. That guy, he's now at Pitt. He 2022, which I think is the year that it might have been 21 or 22 when Pearl signed it. That was the year they got rid of him in 2022.
Remember when they wanted Capel to succeed fucking Krzyzewski? Remember those days?
I just can't believe that like him and Hurley can just hang on to jobs. Folks, want to tell you the college basketball experience is brought to you by us. Yes, we are part of SGPN. Gear up for March Madness with Merch Madness. Yes, promo code Madness in our merch store. 20% off everything in the merch store with that promo code. Get it now before the promo code is done. Get yourself a college experience hat, a Pick Dundee t-shirt, a ECU We Believe t-shirt. They got a ton of other great shit too. I wagered today. So do that and let it ride. We're also brought to you by Edge Boost. Yes, SGPN has partnered up with Edge Boost, the premier Visa debit card for bettors. An Edge Boost card allows you to avoid the hassle of having your card denied at the sportsbook, DFS site, sweepstakes site, racetrack, or casino. Plus, you can earn up to $750 per month in cashback rewards for using your Edge Boost card. And you know your money is safe as the card is FDIC insured. And the best part is no credit checks, and it is completely free. So sign up. And when you do sign up today, use that promo code SGPN. So you get, cashback rewards and instant tier 2 status. That's edgeboost.best, promo code SGPN. Once again, edgeboost.best, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by mybookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet every single sport you can think of. They got props for every game, live dealer casinos, a bundle of fun. And MyBookie accepts customers from all different locations, not just the States. Easy deposit, lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head on over to mybookie.ag. Use our promo code TCE SGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Plus, they're going to give you a little $10 casino chip to get your beak wet. That's mybookie.ag, promo code TCE SGPN. All right, we are back, and the show must roll on. And Mac, this was a great
Colby.
call.
I got to sidetrack us. So my computer is spinning. I want this to load. Here is the picture.
Shout out to the Detroit Spinners
of Alan Green. Oh shit! Hold on. Wrong window.
While he's doing that, I have a tweet pulled up when
Alan Green.
Go ahead.
We got to stop talking over each other. All right. Okay.
So this is their guy, Alan Green, the pit AD. And then the video that I want to show is for some reason still spinning. So go ahead, Mac.
I want to say that I have a tweet on my archives when they beat Iowa State in the tournament that they should extend Jeff Capel, build a statue of him, and the future's bright. They very well knew what was coming in the future. This is Kevin Keats, not as bad as Kevin Keats, like the debacle in fall.
Yeah.
But this is great. This is just great.
It is great. It is great. If you're a rival, it's fucking great to see that.
Yeah, look at this guy. This guy sucks. I can already tell.
Well, he gave
Absolutely
Pearl that contract.
hilarious.
That was a great fucking hire.
He used to be great. Now he's not good anymore.
I cannot believe I pulled this out of my ass, but this is
Roy
immediately
Law
what I
with
thought
family.
of.
Hey, tonight's a great night. I got a big surprise for you. We locked him up. Hey, War Eagle, everybody. Listen, it wasn't that hard. I'm grateful to Alan. I'm grateful to the administration, Dr. Gouge and General Burgess and the folks that worked in this. My family and I are going to be able to.
Anyways, Auburn got rid of him like 4 months later.
Well, Auburn's crazy for that. That's a normal Auburn thing. But I just love Bruce Pearl there, the ultimate used car. So the guy just locked up a steak dinner, 4 old fashions, and two glasses of Pinot Noir. And he said, "Yeah, lifetime contract. I love this son of a bitch." Right? But
Yeah,
that was a great hire. I mean, Auburn is notorious for doing this shit, though. I mean, so I'm not going to say he's a bad athletic director. I mean, I always am skeptical of the lifetime contract shit, but I mean, Auburn was nothing, like in basketball. Shit, in baseball, I feel like they were all right in baseball a couple of years back too. Bieniek, am I crazy?
Yeah, they get a good recruiting class. They go. They've been to Omaha like 2 of the last 6 years. They have a good coach that does well with not as much talent.
Shout out to Isaiah Ingalls, who says, "Who coaches Indiana next year?" Giving us $10 for this one, so we will answer this one. Oh man, Dusty May.
you still think Dusty? I don't think it's gonna be.
You
Dusty.
literally said leave Dusty May out of this.
Oh yeah, my bad.
I hope it's just all over it.
It's not TJ Otzelberger.
Sorry, I didn't think about that.
I hope it's not Otzelberger. That's my fear, that it might be Otzelberger.
Who's one like off the beaten path that you're not thinking about?
Mike
I mean,
Woodson.
those two are
Alvin
just.
Sampson.
How about this? Tommy Lloyd.
It's random. Yeah.
I think Arizona
Tommy
would
Lloyd.
be happy.
Arizona doesn't have any money. That's why Tommy Lloyd would leave. Arizona's broke, from what I understand. So,
Steve
Tommy
Alford.
Lloyd. Next up, Mick Cronin. Actually, that's a good one. The Mick Cronin one. His house just burnt down. I mean, what are we doing here? He's complaining. He's bitching and moaning about these Big Ten travel. Get yourself right in the middle of the country. You'll be good. I got to give you credit on this play here. I took. I think I faded your. I didn't bet this game. I think I actually faded you. But Akron 87, Ball State 82. Moneyline Mac locks this thing up. Boom. Your thoughts?
I didn't get to see much of it. I just saw that they were down, felt like 7-10 the whole way, and then made a run late. So good cover, good bounce back for Akron.
And then, Bieniek, it is time to show yourself. It is time to show yourself, because guess what? Not only did you lose a lock battle to us, I sprinkled the motherfucking money line. I've been high on that Blue Cane shit all day. All right. Huge 3 from Blue Cane. Georgia 88, Florida 83. Snow White's revenge. I was gonna be so furious. I mean, Florida did a great job battling back, but I hated one of these fouls. I texted you guys this. The Florida big man, I'm drawing a blank on his name, the white guy, Condon. Condon goes to that
was his first game back, by the way. So
he goes to dunk a layup, and he's too white, and he misses a and they call a phantom foul that they actually reviewed for a flagrant foul when the guy made no fucking contact with the guy. Now, these fucking announcers, man, so goddamn safe. So it's like they can't dispute it. Can't dispute it. The Georgia crowd was in the right, booing the shit out of that call. They did storm the court. Shout out to Georgia. Fuck the PA announcer trying to say you don't storm the court. 10 seconds at a timeout, folks. Do not storm the court. But these dogs, man, what a huge fucking win. And Snow White might have them dancing, Mac.
Yeah,
we nailed this one. Your thoughts, Mac?
Yeah, I mean they took it right. They punched Florida right in the mouth. They're up fucking 26 in the first half, and then had to hold on for dear life. Good win for Mike White. Happy for him. They got a favorable schedule coming up down the stretch. I mean, if you're gonna make some hay here, what do they got?
That Georgia Vanderbilt game is heating up, by the way.
Yeah, well, and they got Texas and South Carolina before that. I mean, there's no auto wins in the SEC because this league is a fucking juggernaut. But I mean, if you're gonna say we got to win 2 out of 3 down the stretch, I mean, those are 3 of the 4 or 5 teams. I would say, please put them on the schedule. So they got the win that they had to get the momentum going back. And yes, Bieniek is taking the brunt of it, but a lot of people in the chat and comments, Florida was the sexy pick.
Oh, we got shit on last night for that, by the way.
Yeah, fuck you all.
Yeah, how are we doing now? Bieniek, I don't mean to rub Tabasco in your eyes, but your thoughts?
My one good take from last night was that Will Richard would show up.
He was wet. I will say this. If there's 5 more minutes on the clock, Florida wins this game.
Yeah.
Florida's good.
I think Georgia's got really good pieces. I've said that on this team for a while. I just doubt Mike White getting it done in the big moments. Like we saw that with Florida. That was his hurdle that he couldn't really get over. And I disagreed with us chasing him out of town, but that was ultimately why it happened. But I really like that Newell kid. I think he's really solid, and I had Georgia as a tournament team. We'll see what happens down here. This is a really important stretch for the Bulldogs. They've done a really good job to get themselves back in the conversation.
They're gonna get 14 teams in.
I'm loving the final weeks of I'm loving this race just this like the Texas Arkansas game that we'll talk about. Fuck, the stakes in these games are fucking fantastic. The quality of basketball is fantastic. Like I said, I lost, like, to me, I don't think any less of Florida today.
No.
Yeah.
And
if anything, like the
they've
fact they
done
battled
this.
all the way back and took the lead was like impressive to me.
They've done it multiple times this year where they trail early, like North Carolina, Missouri, today against Georgia, LSU. Like those are 4 that I was able to just rattle off right there off the top of my head. But you mentioned it, Colby, that Georgia Vanderbilt game. Is that a winner gets into the NCAA
It might
tournament?
be. I don't want. Dude, I told you. Let's just put the whole fucking conference in. Put the whole conference in this year.
The more you
know,
make me
Sankey,
think about this, I agree with you.
Yes, Sankey is going to do this. I guarantee you. Texas, Oklahoma, Vanderbilt, Georgia. One of these teams is going to get fucked, and Sankey's going to be furious about this, and he's going to use this example and compare it to that Ole Miss baseball shit from a couple years ago. Yeah. And next thing you know, we're going to have a 96 team tournament. And we're going to start our podcast is going to go to June, right? Yeah. It's going to be June Madness.
For those that aren't aware about Ole Miss, a couple of years ago, they were the 64th team into the field. I thought they didn't belong at all, and they won the entire thing. So
I hate when they like. Here's what I hate about that is like Sankey will use that excuse, but then when you use it against them, well, football is a different sport than basketball. Football's a different sport than basketball. Oh, you just use baseball against basketball. Well, let's just put the whole fucking conference in. The conference is phenomenal. I love watching it. It right now.
So the teams we're leaving out are Oklahoma, LSU, and South Carolina.
Nah, I think
Oklahoma in.
Oklahoma's in.
Oklahoma's 4-10 in the conference.
I think 5-10. Or no, yeah, they.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking at it right now. They're 4-10.
Yeah, they play tomorrow. Yeah, I mean their non-con wins are fucking big time.
Oklahoma's not getting ended. Kentucky, Ole Miss, Missouri, Texas is their final 4 games. They're not winning 2 or 3 of those.
I disagree.
Maybe Texas.
You'll hear me later today. Have
you seen the Kentucky line?
Yeah.
Fucking coin flip game.
It's fascinating. It's must watch every night.
Yep.
And kudos to them. I mean, Georgia plus the points. I got a plus 300 on the fucking money line.
Yeah.
You did. I'm gonna give you a hard time here because you did convince me to jump in on Northern Illinois.
Oh my God. Yeah, I was 1 for 2 on the big dogs here. Ball State, Buffalo got home easy. This one did not.
Miami, Ohio. Travis Lexington Steele doing a hell of a job. 87-58. And man, this Miami, Ohio team, it's a fun story, man. 21, 22 wins now. Yeah. Maction play. Like I said, I added this last 5 seconds of the podcast because I was like, yeah, maybe you're onto this Northern Illinois bullshit. No, terrible play. Also, terrible play was taking Toledo.
Oh my God. What the fuck? They lost by 40.
What was this? What's going on here? What is going on here? I don't understand this one. Where's my guy Dan Savage? Hell of a good guy, but I'm wondering what the fuck happened here. Something's not right. Something's not right.
I'll pull up his Twitter.
You always take the fucking points in those fucking games. The favorite never wins in those games.
What is a 40-point win? I would bet so much fucking money that this would never be over 20. Over 20.
Never.
40?
Unreal.
Unfucking believable. Unbelievable. Yeah.
We need to put out a SRS or whatever they call it.
SOS.
Dan didn't tweet SOS. Dan didn't tweet once during this game.
He's got to be shit hammered right now. He's got to be so shit hammered. I've been there before. So, sometimes less is more. You just got to get shit hammered at your local dive. This is game number 2 on the rigged games, by the way. All right. This is the theme of the night. So Lafayette was laying 5.5 against Army. Might have even been 6.5 on the show last night.
They drill 'em.
Well, the folks, Army was tied for second place in the Patriot League, taking on Lafayette, 8th in the Patriot League. And one of the things we joked around about on this show is that the Patriot League is always a 1.5, 2-point spread, but yet we had the worst team by a substantial amount, laying 6.5 points, and Army coming in there, and you're thinking, wait, what? Now I didn't bet this game, but I picked Army because I just couldn't believe that this line is accurate. Lafayette wins by 16, and this is where I just got to say, number 2 rigged game of the day. I don't believe that they could compute this number. Honestly, 6.5. I don't know how you get that number. And then the fact they win by 16. And this shit did not happen years ago in college basketball. I've been doing the show for fucking 8 years. It did not happen like this to me this frequently. Your thoughts, Mac?
Hilarious. Ass whipping. Nothing else to say. Army's had a bad road trip here.
The preseason, Mac and I put out a show giving out conference futures, betting our favorites. Shout out to anybody that tailed this conference. Bucknell plus 850, American plus 500. Officially, those two are both the only two that could win this conference. Hopefully they don't split it because we need it outright. So,
dude, but this line
stunk.
I mean, this was maybe even worse than the Western Michigan one. Because the Patriot League, like 6.5 points is like a goddamn, it's like 1,000 points. You know what I mean? Like, after that, we did eat a bag of shit on Minnesota.
They suck.
The barn, burn that motherfucker down. All right.
Who's this Northwestern team?
I like him. I like Chris Collins. He should have got the job at Duke. Honestly, he'd probably be killing it at fucking Duke if he was at Duke. I mean, not to say Shire's done a horrible job, but I'm just saying, like, over Capel or Hurley, great win.
He gets the most out of those teams. This team is awful.
What is Northwestern, by the way? Like, I'm looking at their remaining schedule, and it's kind of home to Iowa, home to UCLA, at Maryland. Now, obviously, Maryland and UCLA are it's not kind in that regard, but I think they're capable of beating Iowa and UCLA. They're going to lose that Maryland. You're telling me if they're, what are they, 16 wins now?
Yeah, they can maybe make the NIT.
Wait, if you're 18-14 going into Big Ten conference, wait, they're not going to make the tournament, are they?
No, they're going to make it now, I think.
Okay. What do they need to do to make the tournament?
They need to win the tournament.
Really?
Yeah, they lost. They lost to Butler in the non-con.
Butler's not bad. They have a lot. Check the show later tonight.
They have a loss to Penn State. They have a loss to Rutgers, Washington. The Washington
one, like Penn State and the Rutgers one, don't mean they don't. That doesn't speak awfulness to me.
It was a nice win, but they're not close.
I guess I struggle how the fuck, like, a team like Carolina or Pitt was on the bubble so much, or SMU, but you're telling me, like, this is why I don't like this. I don't see a difference, really. If anything, I think Northwestern's better than some of those teams. And yet forever they would hoist those teams up in the mix.
But before they won back-to-back games, they lost 6 out of 7. Like, they were left.
Fair.
They have been playing bad, but they're because of all these injuries.
I mean, they still have wins against some good teams. You know what I mean? Like
Illinois and Maryland.
Indiana
expanded a little bit. It goes from they lost 6 of 7 to they went 3-8 during an 11-game stretch.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, how the fuck was Pitt just like a week ago? Like, if you compare the resumes,
I don't think they're ever seriously considered by people that actually know what the fuck they're talking about. I don't think Pitt was ever seriously.
Josh, I'm not saying they're a tournament team. I just can't understand how the SMU had no wins, and SMU is sitting there saying, or the people are saying
they don't have any wins, but they have a clean resume.
Well, they played no one though. If you gave Northwestern those same opponents, they would have the same fucking record.
If Northwestern wins the last 3, they could be on the bubble.
Yeah, Northwestern could work their way into the conversation. They're not there yet.
I have a hard time understanding the
and Northwestern's actually got more quality wins than SMU.
That's what I'm saying. That's my fucking point. Is I just don't understand the criteria when they keep Pitt on the bubble, when they keep SMU saying you win this Clemson game, you're going to be on the inside of it, and I'm sitting there like, who the fuck have they beaten to deserve that? But yet Northwestern has like 3 or 4 wins against teams that are going to be in the tournament. SMU has none, and if they get one, they're going to be on the inside of this fucking thing. I don't understand it. I just don't understand it.
Colby with a masterpiece of the real life meme of, I just didn't meet the criteria. The Isaiah Thomas fucking thing.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm not saying they should be in. I just don't understand the difference is what I'm saying. UH should
have not dropped that Nebraska game where they're up 25.
Yeah. UH shit on JMU. JMU actually needed a bucket at a pivotal point. I watched some of this game. They win by 6 against ULM, but they did, I think, lock up the wall. Did they lock up the 1 seed? I think they might have locked up the 1 seed. If not, the 1 or 2 seed, I think.
They went through the motion tonight.
Yeah. Murray State drilled Indiana State. I picked that correctly. Just didn't bet it. But now we get to exhibit 3 of the rigged system. Troy 74, Texas State 69, and a lot of this is like this is the one where you dive into like the history of like the game prior. It just didn't make sense, and it was telling you Troy was winning, but I believe it was strange. Of course, but the line to the game prior was. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. This was like it just didn't make a lot of sense. We double locked Troy. Troy got it done. We also double locked Oklahoma State 74-68 against Iowa State. Your thoughts on a court storming in Stillwater? I didn't know they had fans.
I know, God, it's still a pathetic crowd, but they caught Iowa State on the perfect off the Houston game, trying to ease Curtis Jones back into the lineup, and they punched. That was wire to wire. Iowa State sucked tonight. Good win for Steve Lutz and company.
Iowa State's not going to be good in the tournament, dude. I can see it coming already.
And if they're healthy, I mean they're not healthy. They don't have their top 2 scorers. I mean, they had one of them back tonight, and he looked like shit because he had missed a couple games.
Fair enough with the injury thing, but Otzelberger's got a lot to prove to me in the postseason before I buy in.
He's got 2 Sweet 16s.
Yeah, but dude, they should have. I mean,
the Illinois game was a tough loss.
He's done great things with that program. I don't want to sound like a fucking idiot here, but I just need to see it. I think this is a program thing. Doesn't matter the fucking coach. Yeah,
me too. I think like their offense is better than it's ever been this year, but in each of their exits from the tournament, they just didn't get it going. So last year, Iowa State, great team from beginning of the season to the end. They just kind of had a bad performance offensively against Illinois. 2 years ago or 3 years ago, Iowa State 11 seed. They get it done. They go into Madison or whatever, Milwaukee, take over Wisconsin, beat Wisconsin. didn't show up to the Sweet 16 game. So I don't know. That's just my feeling on Iowa State too. Like I can't predict them to go far this year.
They have the potential. Like they've told me this the past couple of years on eye test. I just need to see it more. Like I don't. It's been the story of their fucking whole existence. Pre-Otzelberger. You know what I mean? Like what is it going to take for me to take them serious? Well, everything. Like the Jamal Tinsley shit. I would love to see, just like in football, I would love to see Iowa State win the fucking national championship, make the playoffs, whatever you want to say. And Final Four, I would love it. It's just, they need to prove it to me because they're a team that always in the moment shits the bed.
Yeah. Last year in the Sweet 16 game against Illinois, they had 6 points in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a brutal loss, man. They came back and tied and then lost it at the end. That was a tough one.
And we all know what happened 2 years ago against Pitt. They only put up 41 total.
That team had the locker room issues with Grill. That team fucking imploded.
They kicked them off though, and they were playing all right. I think they'd had a good Big 12 tournament and just no showed the NCAA.
Yeah, they imploded down the stretch though before the Big 12 tourney.
And then against Miami in the Sweet 16, they put up 0.79 points per possession.
Well, that team sucked. That team sucked. That was the team where that was like the best coaching job by Otzelberger. That team sucked, and that was amazing that they got there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like they have a great home court edge. I agree, and they're great for college basketball. But like, when can I really take them seriously? Could this be the year? I actually think this is the best team I can recall in like 25 years that they have. But I'm just
guys back though.
I'm wary to go in on them. Exhibit 4 of the rigged Tuesday that we were all over. That's why you should subscribe to us. That's why the FBI is calling 1-800-PICK-DUNDEE. Southern Illinois was a favorite. I mean, how great was this handicap? Yeah. Southern Illinois was a 1.5 point favorite, despite being in 10th place in the Valley and losing by over 30 points to Illinois State in the first matchup. And they were favored. And I parlayed this and another Illinois, which we'll get to in a minute. And it hit, but Mac, this game is rigged. 88-79. We double lock Southern Illinois. I don't know how the fuck they're favored. No number you can compute has Southern Illinois favored. I hate to sound like I'm part of the fucking X-Files next fucking series, but make it make sense, Mac. But I'm glad we made money.
Wire to wire. Losers of 4 in a row, senior day get up spot.
So is Vegas making that number based off senior day?
I don't know. I mean, they love Southern Illinois all year with these numbers. They finally came through. I need to find another one that's on a 4 or 5 game losing streak headed into senior night and then hammer them as a dog.
Favored as a team that had the previous matchup lost by over 30 fucking points.
Hilarious.
No, I'm going to go right into the next one because this is the parlay hitting. Western Illinois had no business winning this fucking game, by the way.
Nice.
Western Illinois, Southern Illinois parlay I gave out cashed. Western Illinois hits a 3 at the buzzer to send it to overtime, like a deep 3, not a normal 3, a deep 3. They win it in overtime. We double lock Western Illinois because we didn't understand why they were favored against Lindenwood, who was 6 spots better than them in the OVC. Look, I don't mean to be bitching here nonstop, but I'm just trying to understand. Like, we're making money, so I'm not going to bitch, but I am yet bitching. It just doesn't make sense that these teams win.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. College basketball is just such a high variance sport. You just don't know who's going to show up on some of these games. But yeah, I mean, right side of these, both lines.
I watched this whole game. I didn't think, dude, I can't believe they pulled this out of their ass.
Oh, the 3 at the end was awesome. Hilarious.
Yeah. You locked up with Washington against Wisconsin. Oh no. Wait, you ate shit on this. I'm sorry. You took Washington.
This is the stretch where almost every home team just completely, if they were favorite, just absolutely annihilated the other team. Or if they were an underdog, it was a close game. Every home team covered for like 7 straight games here.
Yeah. I stayed away from that Washington Wisconsin game. You ate a pile of shit there, but I tried to bring you into this. Colorado State, easy cover against shitty ass Air Force after a win. Come on, Mac. You should have jumped on this.
As a rivalry, I didn't bet it.
I know, but you should have jumped on Colorado State because I cashed in easy cash. We also double locked LSU plus 10.5. They only lose by 6. Hi, how are you? Free show. Also, did not bet this, but picked this correctly. I took Alabama. And was it just you or you and Bieniek? I can't remember.
Just me. It was me.
Okay.
God, I mean, if Alabama's going to make 22 fucking threes, they're going to cover every game. I mean, holy fuck.
Yeah, and the underdog fantasy prop I gave out yesterday hit. Sears covered that by 0.5 point. 21 points. You did lock up Mizzou, who beat South Carolina by 30. I stayed away. Wow, what an ass whooping. Your thoughts?
They could have named the score. They could have. South Carolina is a fucking fade on the road. When they lose, they get fucking drilled in these road games.
Yeah.
They're good at home, though.
Yeah. We had a double lock on Virginia Tech. I sprinkled the money line, ain't shit on the money line, but still we nailed the points. This was a 66 all game with what? Or 63 all game with a minute left. That was impressive because the Hokies were down like 13-0 to start the fucking game. Yeah. How much do you trust Louisville, by the way? And I love Louisville. I want them back to being great. But how much do you trust Louisville in the NCAA tournament?
0. They're like the first team I want to fade. If they're a 5, yeah, like they're going to be their first time going through it.
No one was at the stadium, by the way. A fucking top 20 game.
I know. Sorry, I had to fucking hawk along. I mean, you just look at what they did outside of the ACC. They kind of got drilled by everybody when they stepped up in competition.
How do you not show up for a top 25 matchup, though? Come on.
Virginia Tech's horrible. Hey, by the way, Louisville plays defense down 3 with 15 seconds. Oh, Virginia Tech, they play good defense. Virginia Tech throws it out of bounds. I didn't know you could win playing defense up 3. I thought you had to foul and play that game, the video game.
There we go. Yeah, I like it. Shitting on the. Greg says, guys, can you give me 2 teams you'd rather see play more in the Elite 8 on more than Houston, Bama? It has to happen.
I would love to see that game because Houston choked the first game bad. They led for 35 minutes, and then Alabama made some big time shots. The game, I think, was in Vegas at that NIL tournament.
Well, I mean, if we're just talking about any team like that's good at the national level, like, and we can create our own matchup, I want Auburn, Alabama, whenever, if ever, I can see it. You know.
Yeah, give me a Sweet 16 of that.
Auburn, Bama.
I don't like. I'll be honest. Like I don't buy into the NATO shit personally. Like
they're gonna be a 1 probably though.
I know. I'm just saying I don't think you can win championships with that philosophy.
Florida,
right?
Tennessee.
Yeah,
that's a fun game.
That is fun.
Both of them have been blowouts so far. Put them on a neutral floor and see what happens.
Might see it in the SEC tourney.
Might.
Wait, so the question is just your favorite matchup you want to see?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's all coaching related.
Michigan State.
Honestly, I'm going to say Ole Miss, Texas Tech deep into the tournament.
Beard.
Yeah.
Give me a national championship of St. John's versus Michigan State.
Yeah, and along the way, I want like Patino against Louisville or Kentucky. That'd be
Calipari.
great. Yeah, all my shit is based off that or rivalries. But I mean, the Houston Alabama one's great because of the contrast in styles. Anytime you get contrast in styles, that's why I love watching when, like, unfortunately there's like 3 or 4 teams that still run the option in college football, and there used to be a bunch more. It never didn't work, which is like, you go back and watch Nebraska with Tommy Frazier. And we just went away from it. So like, anytime you can get like Michigan taking on Army, or Oklahoma taking on Army or Air Force or some shit, or Tennessee Air Force, I gotta watch that fucking game because the contrast in styles, and normally they almost get fucked up. With a school without really scholarships.
Gonzaga, Arizona.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't pack as much of a punch for me. I think
I'd
like
love to see the Houston Duke rematch from last year's tourney when Shed went down.
Yeah.
Kentucky, BYU.
Well, let's be honest. Duke, Carolina. You give me Duke, Carolina. If Carolina makes the tournament, you give me that anywhere in the tournament, I'm happy. It's just drama. It's like high stakes drama every time.
Texas A&M, Texas.
Yeah. No matter what, it doesn't matter the sport in that one. It'd be fucking ping pong, and I'll watch it.
I mean, it could be like a 2 seed, 10 seed, but they wouldn't do that. But that would be cool.
Yeah. Still, it would be very cool. I would probably want that pretty high up. I like some of the smallers against the biggers too. Like if you told me UNC makes it in, Mac, and they get paired with, like, it probably wouldn't happen. I'm trying to figure out how they could get paired with Wilmington. I don't think it's possible, right?
Maybe you could get like a Duke Wilmington.
Anytime you get the little brother in state, I think it's great. Like if you get,
Duke Wilmington would have to be like a Sweet 16 matchup. Duke would be a 1 seed. Wilmington would be like a 12. Wilmington would have to win 2 games to get to the Sweet 16. Play the Devils.
Yep.
But you might be able to get. You know what one would be high on my list actually? Tennessee, Memphis. Tennessee's ducked Memphis in football for years. Give me Tennessee, Memphis.
Yeah. That could
Tennessee,
happen.
Memphis. Yeah.
Memphis is a projected 5 or 6 seed.
I was going to say that could be a 3-6.
Yeah.
Like
give me that. That would be high up on my list. That would be very high up on my list.
2-7, 3-6 matchup there. Cool.
But
Good
what about like a North Alabama? Could they get
Alabama?
I was going to say Alabama or Auburn. Could they get that?
They won't do a team that's within 45 minutes of
why
45 miles. 45
why?
Minutes. It's a higher seed, like the advantage for the higher seed. It has to be like you can't be 45 minutes from. It's either from the other school or from the building. I can't remember.
Okay, Tuscaloosa to Florence is probably more than 45 minutes.
Might be 45 miles, but same thing, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Mac, you also nailed the Illini. They drilled Iowa 81-61.
Really?
Good God. Building was lit, by the way.
Terrible.
I ate shit. I think this is the team I'm worst betting in the country. I took TCU plus 7.5 or whatever it was.
Morgantown,
W gets that win.
Home sweet home to me.
Why can't I get West Virginia right? When I take them, they get fucking destroyed. When I fade them, I get fucking destroyed. Either way, I'm destroyed. Where are they at to make the dance?
1 win. 1 win away. I think
Rocco's
got him as like a 9 seed. If they
BYU, at Utah, first UCF. What if their interim head coach deals them that Deals him that.
It's not gonna happen, to be honest. If you want my honest opinion, I think we beat you. We just beat UCF. We're in. They're not going to leave 5 quad one wins out. I mean, we won at the Fog. We beat Iowa State. We beat Arizona. We beat Gonzaga. Who else we beat? They got good wins, and they have no bad losses.
Yeah, you won all those without DeVries, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That would be like something they could hang on you. Like if you have one of those quality wins without him, and then they'll be like, "Oh, you don't have DeVries anymore."
I mean, the first 2 were without DeVries, like in the or were with DeVries. Yeah. But I mean, at the Fog was without DeVries. Iowa State was with DeVries, and Iowa State was healthy when we played them.
Yeah.
It's been a good year, man. It's been a good first
It's been
year.
very impressive, but I just can't get it correct. There's plenty of times I bet Dub V. There's plenty of times I'm telling you, out of every team in America, I believe my ATS record against West Virginia. Tally site. I got to go deep in the tally site and look at this. I guarantee you that I'm the worst at West Virginia. I can't get a read on them.
You know why? Because fucking it's Javon Small or bust. If Javon Small goes off, they're gonna have a great night. He made 8 threes tonight. If he has a bad night, they could lose to anybody, like Arizona State or BYU at home. Yeah. I mean
You did you bet UNLV last night?
I did.
I thought you did. Yeah. Nice play. It was sweaty, but you got there. 77-71. Rebs got it done in San Jose on that fucked up court. Nice play. I'm going to give you a ton of shit. I came into last night thinking I'm not betting Wyoming, and you fucking convinced me to bet on Nevada against Nevada. Nevada wins by 23. This is your fault. This is your fucking fault.
I can't figure his fucking
your fucking fault. I was not going to touch that game. You sold me on it.
He's laying 12.5. You got to fade him there. Wyoming was off a fucking home loss. I can't believe they didn't show up.
We had a lock battle here in Santa Clara, and I told you once pussy pack, always pussy pack.
Oh god damn, they got fucked up,
dude. They were in this. They were winning by double digits, and then just
story of NC State. Their whole goddamn existence. Lock battle win. Me and Mac against Bieniek. Gonzaga 75. Santa Clara Bronx bullshit with your goddamn red wine and Napa Valley bullshit. Get out of here.
I can't quit the Broncos, man. I'm telling you, like, I've bet them a couple of times on the show, and I'm like, they can either get blown out, they'll win this game.
Whoa.
And the tale of two halves. First half, they were money. Couldn't miss.
Yeah.
Second half, they get blown out.
I was
Caleb's point. Like, I was watching, I'm like, this is not sustainable. They were like 9 for 9. I think it was 8 for 8 from 3. And I'm like, come on, man. They just made 23 threes against fucking Wazoo. Are they ever going to miss again? And then they finally came crashing down. Good win, Zach.
I between this and the next one, but it was funny. I was doing Boston radio tonight, and we were on the opposite sides on this and this next game right here. But I took Gonzaga. They thought Santa Clara was the play. Shout out to them. I mean, I love their show. Great stuff. But we differed on this one. San Diego State. This is my number one play of the day. San Diego State 73, New Mexico 65. Lock battle. You cannot tell me. I cannot believe you were on New Mexico last night. I was thinking about this. Went to sleep last night. I was sitting there, got done with the show, and I was like, I can't believe Mac fucking took New Mexico. You take the fucking bait against Dutcher at home in a game where you know San Diego State needs it. You're on point. You're on point all the fucking time, dude. I was so shocked that you were on the Lobos last night.
They had they had a week off and they were off a loss. I thought that this was
Mexico doesn't win on the road, and especially against San Diego State. What I loved about this matchup in general is you have this ridiculously fast-paced team, top 10 in pace, against San Diego State, where they just like Tony Bennett. To me, I've seen this matchup so many times, whether it's San Diego State, whether there's Tony Bennett teams, it makes them feel fucking awkward when you only have. This is why I don't believe in Nate Oates. You're going to face a team eventually where you have someone that's going to make you value your fucking possessions, and you can't play fucking crazy. And to me, this was kind of that. Now it's different with the Nate Oates thing, but a little bit. But I don't know. I love this spot. I just thought there's no way they're fucking coming in especially when what sold me was that Utah State game, because San Diego State was down early and they battled all the way back. And I'm like, yeah, this team they still got it. They still got the DNA.
They were right.
They still got the DNA to make sure they're not going to lose that game. They're too prideful to lose this fucking game. They're going to fuck them up and make them. And they were without their big man, by the way. They're starting center, right?
New Mexico missed some fucking bunnies. I got to see how many layups they missed. It reminded me of that Wyoming game that I had them in, where they miss layup after layup. Every time it felt like they were going to get back in it, they would miss a layup at the rim. Credit San Diego State. They were the more physical team, to your point.
Miles Bird's a dog. I love his fucking game. This is my favorite player in college basketball, probably, because besides Dr. Bradley, when I was interviewing him, he was like, well, actually, someone else was interviewing him. I was the next in, but they had asked him, "Who's your favorite NBA player?" And he's like, "NBA? I don't fuck with the NBA." He's like, "College basketball is everything to me. I don't watch that bullshit." Like, I was like, "Oh my god, this guy! I can't believe he just said that into a microphone." Right? He's like that was like us. I was like, "Oh my god, this dude's got to be a dog." And then I asked him. I obviously followed up with that after there, but dude,
San Diego State's going to get in now.
They should. They're a fuck, dude. They're and I'll even I trust them more than every other team in the Mountain West to actually win games in March.
Well, they'll have the highest seed somehow.
That's a good point. Last year was bullshit, but style of play they play with, to me, it's why Tony Bennett won a national championship. It's just you have this super aggressive defensive team. They draw out the fucking clock. They limit your possessions. It's triple option basketball, essentially.
Yeah.
It
does. It's effective. I mean, he's gone to back-to-back Sweet 16s, including a national championship. He knows how to win this time of year.
He's great. Isaiah, where do I buy a college experience hat? Just sportsgamblingpodcast.com, or get the SGPN app, which is free to download in the App Store or Google Play Store. And just click on store and you got it right there. There's a bunch of them. I mean, you can even, I keep seeing people say you can't get the camo. The camo one's available. You just got to click. You got to switch the color. It's available. It's there. But all in all, a great night for both of us. Yeah. I mean, I'm on a heater here, like 6 days in a row. Can we continue it? Game balls. Where are you going?
The Georgia Bulldogs, easy game ball.
Yes. Easy. The number one game ball. Number two, though, is San Diego State.
Yep.
This is a game you had to get. And by the way, we didn't talk about this. Utah State.
Back in the race.
They won tonight because now if you win, let me ask you this. You asked me this question last night. If New Mexico wins that game, are they going to drop? Now I look at New Mexico's schedule and I'm like, okay, wait, Air Force at Nevada, home to UNLV. They're going to lose one more.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that was my reason why I thought New Mexico, I thought we would get New Mexico's best version tonight, but they just, outside of Dent, they didn't show up tonight on the road.
Utah State has the easier schedule to finish, or not.
Yeah.
No, they have two tough games to finish: Boise State, Colorado State.
They have a hard game.
Yeah. New Mexico has the easier schedule to finish, is what I meant to say.
Really? I don't know that I agree with that.
Utah State has two of the top four teams in the conference left to play.
Yeah. Colorado State's in Logan, though, right?
No. Utah State at Boise at Fort Collins.
Okay. They're going to lose at Boise, I think. We'll get to that. But I don't think Colorado State's
home to Air Force, at Nevada, home to
Loss.
UNLV.
Maybe loss.
You're crazy. New Mexico is going to win the conference. They're going to lose one of those games, but Utah State could split. That's the best they could do, in my opinion.
You act like, I don't know. I feel like UNL.
We just talked about this last night. I'm not saying that New Mexico's sweeping those final 3 games.
But I thought that was pending them winning last night or tonight, essentially.
This is the current conference standings.
Okay. Yeah. To me, Utah State could still win in Boise. Colorado State, I'm not ready to crown the Colorado State yet. All right. Second game ball. Where are you going?
Second game ball. Let's go with the Cowboys of Oklahoma State, knocking off Iowa State. Another shorthanded, but still, that's a big win. First year head coach. Get some
2
momentum.
Storms. You're on Storm Watch over there.
Yeah,
Great call. Great call there. I will say, should I take a rig game? I'm trying not to take a rig game. I'm going to say Cincinnati. You're keeping your postseason hopes alive. Huge win over Baylor. Let's go. Third game ball. Where are you going?
Georgia Tech. Just give me a good laugh.
Of course you are.
Just give me a good laugh.
Of course you are.
Man, you're a fucking joke, and it's just so fucking great to see. Fuck you guys. Eat shit, Pitt.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna say West Virginia. I know you were favorites, but considering depleted roster, it's been a great year considering all.
No.
I can't get a read on you, but it doesn't mean you're not a great fucking story. All right, folks, before we get to tomorrow's games, I want to tell you the college basketball experience is brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm is throwing an epic March Madness party. And guess what? You out there in the universe, you're invited. All Rhythm users are invited to a first 4 watch party Wednesday, March 19th at the awesome Stadium Swim at the Circa in Las Vegas. If you haven't been, what the fuck are you doing? Free drinks also. Get this. Free drinks. Plus you get to hang out with, us, myself, Moneyline Mac, the Sports Gambling Podcast crew, Real Money Kramer, Stacking the Money Green. I hear speculation the Bet Detective. Maybe Scott Bowser will be there. And it gets better. Rhythm is also giving away a $250 March Madness future for one random lucky Rhythm user. Look, even if you can't make the party, you can still hit with that future bet. What are we doing here? So sign up for your free 7-day trial period today. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. Once again, you don't have to be in Vegas. If you're in fucking Boise, you can still say, hey, all right, I'm not going to Vegas. Let me jump in on this. But if you are going to Vegas or in Vegas, come by and use Rhythm to help you fill out your bracket and make some bets while you're there. You get a free cocktail or two and a chance to win a $250 future bet. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party for more details. Once again, that's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes. I told you before I hit on college hoops tonight. Mark Sears doing me that favor. Get on over there. Check it out. They have an edge every single night of the college hoop season. I truly believe you can't find elsewhere. Cannabis Capper's been killing it on the article. Shout out to him. There's also every other sport too. NHL, NBA, UFL, CFL, golf, NASCAR, MMA. And when the real football season comes back around, college football, NFL, you play it all the time. It's fan-fucking-tastic. So what are you doing? Why are you not signed up? And when you sign up, use our code TCESGPN to claim your special pick plus first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. That's UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code TCESGPN. All right. And I'm feeling good over here. That's the problem when you win. You know what I noticed is when you win, you drink more.
Yes.
Fact of life. Fact of life, I believe.
Celebration. No discipline here. It's a Wednesday, so fire away.
Yeah. BU is heading to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Lehigh is laying 3.5.
Last place team.
Let's talk about this. Last place team.
Don't fight it. Don't fight
taking on the 5th place team.
Don't fight it.
Someone help me here. Double lock Lehigh. I'm not even asking you. Double lock Lehigh. Minus 3.5. The Engineers win by 10.
This is the Lehigh time of year, man. They made it to the finals last year. They're going to start playing better again.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. Next up, Mercer is heading to ETSU. ETSU's laying 9.5. Let's talk about this for a second because ETSU is in 4th. They're still kind of in the mix. Like it's kind of a huge game for them in a way.
They're all huge in this conference.
Yeah.
Great. I love this league. First matchup, what? They won by 2 there. I think it's a take the points game. No bet. They win by 9.
Yeah, I think you got to take the points too. No bet as well.
Mercer's been chippy. I mean, their first year head coach, they seem to be buying in. He's doing a decent job there.
Yeah, I'm with you. No bet. Next up. Oh, I got a bet here though. Tom Izzo, the legend, heading to College Park, Maryland, take on this ACC team known as Maryland. Maryland's laying 3.5. I'm locking up the Maryland Terrapins. Off of the Michigan State game, taking on what I think is the team that's playing the best basketball in the Big Ten right now. Give me these Terps. Shout out to my mother, graduate.
Colby, what's your read on the litmus test?
This will be on fire. This will be on fire.
All right.
Anytime you get if this was Northwestern, no one would be there. Anytime you get
early?
No.
They're back in on this team, man. Van Pelt pumps them every night on SportsCenter.
I'll be honest. All it took was dynamite. I'm sorry. All it took was the match. The dynamite's there. Maryland wants to root. I know a shit ton of people that are Maryland fans. They just don't get excited for Iowa or Northwestern. But Michigan State or Michigan, the name brands in college basketball,
yeah,
they will fucking be there. They will be there, and this place will be on fire. What are you doing here, Mac?
This place is going to be on fire, to your point. Yeah, I'm all over Maryland. Tough spot in that building. I actually think, like you said, Maryland might actually be the best team in the Big Ten. Yeah, lay it. They win by 4 or more.
Double lock on the Terps. Let's go. It's actually one of my favorite plays on the fucking board, believe it or not.
We're baiting you into that Sparty with that hook, too.
Oh, yeah. Next up, Georgetown is heading to the XL Center in Hartford. Take on these UConn Huskies. Now, I will say this: the line is at 12.5 right now. Thomas Sorber is out for the season. Caleb Williams is out or game time decision, but he's been out. He's been a game time decision for the past fucking week or 2. He's been out. I'm taking UConn here, man. I think UConn's going to fuck up Georgetown.
Are they capable of fucking anybody up? Have they blow? I just did this with Villanova. They can't blow anybody out.
I think they can here, man, because you're talking about 19 points of Georgetown's roster gone, and they only have a 6-7 man rotation right now. I think it's just a horrible spot. He went to Ed Cooley went to the funeral tonight of his mother.
I'm locking up Georgetown. I'm gonna keep fading UConn, especially when they're laying double digits. They should not be laying this.
Twist
number.
Mac's arm. Any reason to fade UConn? He is.
Yeah, I'm battling at you. Right. We got a battle. Dundee on the Huskies, Mac on the Hoyas.
Number of Mac bets on UConn in the last 3 years, 6. Number of Mac bets against UConn in the last 3 years, 66.
No doubt. Fuck UConn. It's been red hot for me lately. They win by 10.
I mean, yeah, I could see that totally happen too. I just feel like they're just due for an ass kicking. And knowing that what it's all going on at Georgetown. Next up, we got Presbyterian heading to Ash. I actually like this game. Asheville's laying 6.5. Give me the Blue Hose plus the points. No bet.
Yeah, give me Presbyterian. I'm with you. Presbyterian is a good underdog team. They just won at Radford. Chippy team, to your point.
Sinister, yeah, I called it at 12.5 once I saw it. The slide said 13, but yeah, no bet, right? No bet for you, right?
No bet. Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of excited to watch the game though. Next up, okay, we got to stop for a second.
This might be my favorite play on the board.
Yeah, and what number are you seeing, by the way?
Duquesne's favored by 1.5. Like what? Get the fuck out of here. Fucking LaSalle.
I'm kind of bummed out, to tell you the truth, people. We're at a crossroads here. There's a guy I admire a lot, and part of it for comedic sense, but part of it because he does college basketball right, to me at least. And I'm sad that I projected this, but we only have a few more shipments coming in, so you're getting grade A quality product. I'm talking, that Louis Vuitton shit. I'm talking grade A cocaine straight from fucking Colombia, Turkish fucking coffee. All right, we're getting all grade A shit coming through here. So when I tell you Fran's only got a few games left, if you ain't all in on the fucking shipment, I question who the fuck you are. Lock.
But Colby,
what's up?
What if it's not now, but if it's during the conference tournament?
No, it starts right now. He's already gave the speech, and I just feel like the world doesn't know. Like, someone asked us, I think like a week ago, has Fran ever made the tournament?
Yeah, 17 of them.
Yeah.
He's one of like the most underrated coaches of all time in terms of like how good he was.
So you're telling me there's a shipment coming in? That's the way he likes things, down low, under. You're not finding out about this operation he's running. 17 fucking trips to the NCAA tournament.
Peanut Butter Bossy says that's Dr. Phil on a bender.
Fran Dunphy will punch Dr. Phil in his fucking face. And I noticed because Sean Stacking the Money Green from the Sports Gambling Podcast has been on Dr. Phil talking about our fucking network. SGPN has been on Dr. Phil. Think about that. Go check that episode. Fran fucking Dunphy. My guy. This is a smash play. This is a smash fucking play. He ain't going out on some pussy bullshit. Guarantee you that. I can't believe Bieniek didn't join in there. It's fucking unbelievable. It's goddamn Fig Newtons.
Good luck to anybody taking Duquesne with the rookie head coach. I'll take Fran.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And by the way, you see right there, he's sitting there. He said, "Get me a Canadian club on the rocks." And then he said, "Wait a second, that's Canadian bullshit, right?" And then he said, "Doers on the rocks." All right, and don't give me any attitude, right? That's what Fran fucking does. There's a shipment coming in, and it's fucking winning out. I'm telling you, we got to look at futures for this tournament coming up because these explorers ain't done exploring what landscape. Double lock on these explorers from LaSalle. All right. right, back to the good old fucking slides. Dayton is at Rhode Island. Dayton's laying 3.5. I'm going to take Dayton minus 3.5. You could talk me into a lock on Dayton.
What has Archie done against Dayton? Because obviously that's his former program. I'm with you. Do we start buying into Dayton? They just dropped a road game. They've had 5 days off here to get right. Rhode Island's way overvalued.
Let's bet this.
Let's go. Give me Dayton.
Double lock on the Flyers. Fly on, fly on. Yeah. Let me sip some coffee for a second. All right. We got, what is this number? Upstate catch 21.5 at High Point. High Point's clinched. We got to take Upstate, right?
God, we just did this with McNeese the other night and we got fucking bent over.
Does High Point have a chance at outright though?
This is their final game of the year.
All right. I'm off it, but give me Upstate, by the way.
Yeah. If they win, they clinch outright. I mean, they could very well win by fucking 30. Yeah, they've kind of put that pedal to the metal here, and they've gone into fuck you mode, just like McNeese.
No bet. It's funny. One of my TVs is on ESPN, and they're showing they're doing like a piece on the history of college football, I think, and they're showing the field storming in the Florida State Virginia game in '95. The irony here is that ESPN kind of promotes the anti-field storming. They were the ones that the court storming the other day.
Fucking losers.
Well, that's what I love about this. It's the sport. It is the sport, whether it's football or basketball. It is the college culture, and they continue to go against it in a way when that's how they got to where they got to. They're still showing this. It's ridiculous. Next up. South Florida is in Philly.
Here comes a rig game.
Yeah. Temple's laying 3.5, 2.5. I'm seeing now. How's it going the other way? What?
See, well, what's Mashburn's fucking bullshit status?
Game time decision, lower body. Also, Quante Berry, game time decision. They're such a fucking pain in the ass, dude.
I kind of want to bet Temple as much as I've
Me too. They're way better than South Florida.
They've lost 6 in a row. This is a buy fucking low spot against a bad South Florida team at home.
Let's go into it. Let's go.
Let's go.
These games might be rigged, but there's still money in them hills.
Even without Mashburn, they should fucking smash South Florida.
Yeah, I agree. Shout out to Mike. Next up, Bellarmine is in Fort Myers getting 14.5 points. No pressure. I think we should bet Bellarmine, dude.
Yeah, this could be it for Davenport, don't you think?
I think so. I think we lock Bellarmine.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. I'm all over this one.
Double lock. Bellarmine, the Knights getting 14.5 in Fort Myers.
It's a team that's eliminated. Dude, take these teams that are eliminated. The more and more I'm thinking about it. They got nothing to lose.
No pressure. Shout out to Marcus He. Appreciate you tuning back in, brother.
And Gulf Coast has got a lot of pressure. I mean, they're playing for what?
The 3
game back at first.
3, right? They're in third right now, right?
Yeah. Yep. 1 game back of North Alabama. Lipscomb.
The Citadel is at Furman, not on campus. Furman laying 16.5. Give me the points. No bet.
The worry about Citadel is they just played out of their mind at Chattanooga. They should have fucking won.
It's a rivalry game, though, so that's what I don't know.
Should we take the 0-16 team on the road?
I'm taking the points. I'm not betting. I will not bet this game.
Who does Citadel finish with?
Probably VMI. No?
TSU. Good God. They're not going to win the game. Give me the points. No bet.
Notre Dame is catching 14.5 at Clemson. You know, I thought about betting Notre Dame here. I'm going to take Notre Dame in the points. You could talk me into a bet here.
Where we had situational with Clemson.
Well, Clemson just won at SMU. It's like a huge game for them.
Back road wins coming home, like a big number. Notre Dame off the great win against Pitt. Let's let up on Notre Dame.
Let's go. Irish, I'm a leprechaun. Double lock plus 14.5. Yeah. All right, next up, we got the Pussy Pack of NC State heading into Syracuse, New York. Syracuse laying 1.5.
This game is.
I'm laying the 1.5 with Syracuse. The Orangeman, Bob Costas' pink eye. Lock it up.
Yo, this is
just beat Wake. This is perfect.
Well, this is a huge game
To make the tournament. I
This
forgot they're in every conference now.
Yeah, this is
So stupid.
This is how far this league has fallen.
I just hate the fact that you have to fight to get into the fucking tournament. Every team should have a chance to go to the tournament. We fucked up this shit, dude.
Well, they do. You just got to do better in the regular season.
Stop it. Shut the fuck up. I mean, having a 50 fucking team conference, it's just dumb. It's just dumb.
I'll like win more than 4 games and then you get
okay, but I mean, there's history of this actually working before. Like maybe you found the right glue. Maybe your guy was out for the season. Maybe, whatever. The point is you should always have that second net. You know what I mean? Like that's what makes college basketball awesome is you have that you're supposed to have that. Hey, we didn't know who the fuck we were in December, November, even in early January.
Get that. And usually they're.
So why should they be disqualified then? When we have how many years of history of this?
Because they weren't good enough, and there's not enough time to have a normal conference tournament.
Well, maybe you don't do a fucking conference with fucking 18 teams.
Well, when you have 18 teams, you got to get a tournament in.
Well, of course, but my point is
they could get them in. Come on.
Yeah, but you want to reward good teams during the regular season with a bye. You're not going to do a 18 team bracket with 2 byes. You're not going to do that. So
it's fucking terrible. It's a terrible thing for the fucking sport, dude.
Conference realignment's terrible. These shit teams missing their conference tournament because they didn't win 4 or 5 games. It's not terrible. I have
That's bullshit. Sympathy. That's bullshit. Get out of here. I disagree. I strongly disagree.
I'll join you. Give me Syracuse.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Double lock on the Orange Men. Wasn't it Oakland one year that fucking ran the table in the conference tournament?
It was Georgia. Phoenix? It was Georgia.
Yeah, with Mark Fox.
Wasn't NC State just last year?
No, but I'm saying like was NC State dead last year?
No, they were like 11.
They were in that first day.
Yeah.
No, I believe Oakland was dead last in the horizon.
Yeah, Oakland was a former like D2 team.
That's what I'm saying. They were dead last in the horizon, not last year, but like I don't know, like 15 years ago. Yeah. And they ran the fucking table. They ran the table and made the NCAA tournament.
And
that should always be available. That should always be available. Always, in my opinion.
Not always.
No, it should be. It should be. It should
you
be.
You can't fit it in because of time,
dude.
Shut up, dude. You're fucking killing me on this time. They're fucking 18 to 22-year-olds. You could play this fucking game.
You could end the regular season a day early.
It's also logistics.
I can't believe you're taking this side. Logistics. What are you fucking Tom Bodett over here? What the fuck are you talking about? Like, how are you on this side? Fairness is fairness. Come on, man.
I'm not on any side. I don't know what you're like painting me out to be. They are one of the worst 3 teams in one of the worst power leagues.
Okay, but they should still have that shot. They should still have that shot.
No, I have no
That's
sympathy.
the whole basis of the fucking college basketball tournament and the history of the conference fucking tournaments.
Yes. But when you have 18 fucking teams in your conference tournament,
then
there's not enough
figure
time
it out. We
to have
didn't
a
sign up
single
for it. The
elimination
fans
tournament
didn't
during
say
the final
it.
week.
No, it's bullshit, dude.
You're
on the wrong
Sun
fucking
Belt
side.
thing. Make him do the Sun Belt thing. I just add another day. Add another little bracket.
What are you talking about?
It's wrong. You should have 2 layers. There should always be 2 layers. The regular season should be the regular season. It should not then change. You should have the option. Maybe you figure it out late, because that's what the whole goddamn history of the fucking sport is.
Jason, this is my role on this show. We've had this discussion every single year. This is when it gets really entertaining every year.
We didn't have 18 teams every year. This one's ridiculous.
Yeah, but like when it comes to the WCC format, we've always had this conversation.
Oh, okay, but still, I'm saying every team should always have that postseason. Always. And to me, the minute you start to lose that, the minute you start to lose what the fuck is
you
special.
bring the floor of shit closer to the teams that excelled in the regular season is when I don't like it. You try to even that playing field and get another bid for your conference is when I think it gets phony.
That's ridiculous, because like to me, like what if you figured it out?
I already figured
that's
the fucking
bullshit.
bracket out.
Yeah.
I already figured the fucking bracket out.
What's that?
All you have to do, here you go. This is a fucking easy fucking solution. Tuesday, 13 versus 18, 14 versus 17, 15 versus 16. And then they go play the 9, 10, and 11. Then those go on to play the 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 have the triple bye on Friday. It start Tuesday and on Sunday, like all these other tournaments.
And you should always, that should be the thing they say, is like the regular season, you do your best, but no matter what, you always have that second layer to get there, because that is what we've loved about the tournament forever. We've loved how fair it was. You had, okay, yeah, you were fucking 9 and 17 in the regular season, whatever the fuck number, right? Okay, now you have your fucking shot. Your take 2. To deprive people of the take 2 is fucking ridiculous. The whole history of the goddamn sports on this, it's fucking unbelievable. Unbelievable to me. It bothers the fuck out of me. I couldn't disagree more than like.
I'm not arguing with you. I have no sympathy for these teams, so I have no purpose for an argument. I'm just stating reasons why they cut the bottom 5% from some of these conference tournaments this year.
Let me tell you the real reason why. Because they want the fucking money. They want their money.
If they wanted money, they'd add another game.
No. They want the best teams to go further. They're not being fair. They're not being fair to what it is. That
if they wanted their money, they'd add another game to their conference.
That's not any money. That's a little bit of money.
They
want the big money. They want the big money of the school going farther
of the tournament. You get people watching the game. That's an extra game.
No, this is disgusting to me. It's fucking disgusting. They should all be ashamed. The fucking 18-team tournament's ridiculous.
Purposes in favor of your argument.
Or not 18-team tournament. 18-team conference is fucking ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous to keep teams out of it. I'm
with you.
They should fucking sue him, dude. I would sue him. I would fucking sue him and say the whole history of the fucking sport, this tournament has been based off this fucking thing.
They're wearing a fucking clown nose into the court. You're going to sue because you went 1 and 17 and didn't get into your conference tournament.
Oh, stop it, dude. I gave you examples of teams that were dead last that fucking won the conference tournament.
One example, 2 example.
Who knows, dude? You're so. It's not that fucking black and white. You might have your best scorer out. You might have a fucking guy.
Happens. Life sucks.
Stop it! But that's why you should have that second chance, Noah. That's why you should have the second chance.
But what if you're the first place team? You had a great year and your star player is out for that. It doesn't go both ways.
You're still going to the tournament. What are you talking about?
Because there's 24 leagues where you're not going to the tournament.
Well, then your take is the conference tournament should just be destroyed altogether.
Yeah. Get rid of all of them.
That's where you're going.
Honestly, like My favorite week of college basketball, favorite 2 weeks, conference tournament. I've said that every single season.
Well, then how is that consistent to what you're saying right now?
I'm not arguing you guys, is what I mean. I'm stating
how are you not
why they are
arguing with
doing
me?
this.
How are you not arguing with me?
I'm saying I have no sympathy for them, and you get all bent out of shape and go,
yes, because you should be fair. You should be. It should be a fair system for a second chance.
Caleb has the thing down to a T. They're two different things.
What's that? What are those two things?
You don't like conference realignment. You think everybody should be involved in the conference tournaments.
I don't like, but okay, conference realignment's been happening for fucking 30 fucking years.
Matt,
everyone's got a second chance. You should always have a second chance. My thing is pretty cut and dry. No matter how big the conference is, no matter what conference it is, you should have a second chance in the conference tournament.
Marcus, it's 4:30 Eastern time. I'm well aware. We good?
But no, I don't understand how we resolve that, but
just
you're saying teams should not have the second chance.
No, I'm saying if they have reasoning and you think the reasoning's bullshit, I just say it is what it is. They're 1-17 in conference. They're 2-16. I don't have any sympathy that you missed your conference tournament. And then you.
But do you think that's fair for the rest of the sport or the history of the sport?
They didn't do good enough in the regular season. I don't care.
That's not how we. That's not how we. Okay,
life's not fair. Life's not fair.
Whatever. I don't even know. Then, whatever. It's a stupid fucking system. It's dumb as fuck. And it's not accurate to what you fell in love with the fucking sport. Double lock Syracuse.
Let's go Cuse.
Vanderbilt is at A&M. I mean, I'm curious your thoughts, but I'm all over A&M here because A&M, as much as I love Vandy this year, and I hate taking Buzz as a 7.5 point favorite, but they're about to go play Florida and Auburn. They haven't won in a while. I think they're going to win this game by like 20.
Is this too easy?
No, because I feel like most of the time with Buzz, you don't like laying a big number like this.
Yeah.
I'm locking up A&M. Lay that number.
I'll join you.
Double lock.
Good chalky here.
Aggies. Shout out to Team Fox. Love this show. Everyone should have a shot. If they lose in tournament, they lose. Exactly. Everybody should have a shot. That's what makes the sport great. Is there's the second chance. That's one of the big things that makes college basketball great. And the second you deprive that for some bullshit, we lose something. And the more conferences that do it, the worse this sport's going to get.
Each year that I've been a part of the college basketball experience, conference tournament week is my favorite week, but I root for the chalk. The better teams, if you get better teams into the conference tournament, into the NCAA tournament, the NCAA tournament is better. March Madness has more madness. The better the lower seeds are, the more chances of big upsets in the NCAA tournament. That's what makes it fun for everybody, is seeing the chaos. And if you don't get like a 1, 2, 3, 4 seed from a mid-major conference into there, there's less of a chance, in my opinion, of an upset happening. We see it all the time in conferences. So
I just think the best teams that win are the best teams that win. In the conference tournaments, the best teams that win, if a 6 seed comes out of the valley.
I disagree. There's different matchups that could be issues for other teams.
Well, then be better. Then be better than by your logic. Be better in those games.
Life sucks.
Be better in those games.
My wagon.
Yes.
Life's not fair. Bad matchup.
But at least everyone gets that second chance. You are depriving people of the fucking second chance.
No, I'm not. I'm saying be better in regular season.
Yes,
It
but
should
they
be
don't have the
weighted
second
heavily.
chance. So they only have one chance. The regular season is that one chance.
They got 18 chances, 20 chances, 16 chances, 12 chances during the regular season.
Stop it. Yeah. Eastern Kentucky's at the New York Yankees taking on North Florida.
Yankees,
what is this number? But no, I think I did this on the SGP shows, right? 1.5. I think it was. Has it moved from 1.5?
No, North Florida's favored. I mean, is that telling?
I'm taking EKU, but I'm not locking this fucking thing with a 10-foot pole.
I think I want to bet North Florida. I like the way that they finished the season. And what's EKU's seeding here? I mean, they're jumbled up. I think North Florida's the side. I'll lock up North Florida.
Moneyline Mac locking up the Yankees in Jacksonville. Big a shout out to Yvette. I think she's going to be at this game. Next up, Radford is at Gardner Webb. Radford's laying 1.5 points. Are you?
Should we be chalky here and just bet Radford?
Are you a little surprised at the number?
A little bit, but them and Webb always play close games. Fucking Radford plays a close game against everybody. Other than Asheville.
Right, though. I think you're right. I think it's a Radford spot.
Fucking Radford game is a fucking grinder.
Let's take Radford.
Let's take Radford on the bounce back.
Double lock on the Highlanders. -1.5. I mean, I'm sorry if I keep bringing it up, but I just can't get past. So like the 15 and 15 team or the 10 and 20 team. 15, hold on. Let me fucking finish. Right? If you're the team that's on the bubble, you have the right to the second chance of playing in the conference tournament. But if you're 4 and 25, you don't have the right to the second chance. I'm just trying.
Your mic cut out for half of it, but I don't know.
Mac, why should they have the right but not you?
I think everybody should be eligible for the conference.
I agree.
I don't get the picking and choosing, but there you can get extra creative. I mean, if you really want to penalize them, do the Sun Belt fucking format.
Yeah, but at least every team's in.
I'm all for it. I preach that. More of that than less of the cutting teams out.
Yeah, no one should be left out, in my opinion. Like, Sunbelt tournament is fucking stupid, but this is ridiculous. Of like cutting teams out is ridiculous to me. Double locked on the Highlanders. Navy is in DC taking on AU. AU is laying 3.5. First place at stake, right? How many more games are left on AU in the Patriot League? Two, right?
Yeah, 2. They got Navy. This is senior night.
They got to win this because they go to Colgate on Saturday.
But this is where I think senior night could fucking go against you. Like in terms of like all the pressures on you. And you have the senior day distractions. When you got house money, I think senior day is a good thing. Does that make sense?
It does, but Navy beat him by 30. Early in the year.
I will always have, like, to bring back Duke and Carolina, I will always have that JJ Redick senior night fucking like memory of him bawling his eyes out for the first 4 minutes because it was senior night, and then Hansbrough as a freshman in Carolina just whipping their ass. Like, you see it so much sometimes where like if you're expected to win, it's a lot of pressure and you're a good team and you just lay an egg on senior night.
Yeah, I'll take AU. I'll take AU, but I'm not betting this fucking game.
I feel like Navy's going to win outright, and Bieniek's future is going to be fucked. Sorry, Bieniek. This would be the most Patriot League thing ever.
If they split, because I have both of the top 2 that can only win it, and if they don't, somebody doesn't win outright, that would be brutal.
You know what? the Patriot lines are getting sharper. They're telling it's a Navy spot. I'll bet Navy. Let's go.
Wow.
This is
Sink or swim. B9, you sink my fucking battleship. Mac, locking up the midshipman. Shout out to 357 and Josh. No, I'm not pissed. I just it does bother me. Like that it just bothers me that you took what was ultimately fair for everybody. Before it was every fucking team had a chance, a second chance. And that's the thing we've based college basketball on since really the 1980s. And now you're depriving teams of that. And I think that's ridiculous. I think it's sad. I think it's pathetic. And you're doing it all to chase these people made it happen. They made the problem happen by putting 18 teams in a conference. That you created that fucking problem. All right. So it's on you getting 18 fucking teams in because that's the system we fucking fell in love with. In my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know. I just look forward to these shows every single year because Colby and I try to understand it and rationalize it. Colby loves to scream at clouds. So we go back
it's not
great.
consistent with what is
Well, I mean, that's what makes it special. You always talk about that too. Like there's a bunch of different conference commissioners and they all have their own way of doing things.
Yes.
And how they want it.
But we also used to agree on this common thing that there's a second chance. Now there's no second chance. You know what I mean? So like that's the problem. It's like the
Did we all?
Like the
Ivy League never.
Well, I mean, okay, but whatever.
You just killed your argument, though, that you're fucking siding with those fucking pussies. Yeah, I would do the opposite of whatever.
I'm not trying to argue.
Canceled during COVID. Fuck the Ivy League. Do the opposite of whatever those idiots do.
I'm just stating reasoning for them cutting teams out. I am totally against that fucking Ivy League tournament. They have 8. He's dipped out. They have 8 teams total in their conference. His Wi-Fi his Wi-Fi crashed. No, it crashed because he.
Am I frozen?
He was
frozen. Who's frozen?
Talking fine.
Now I'm frozen. Who's frozen?
Yeah, I don't know, but I lost everything.
Phoenix frozen.
No, I mean,
that was weird. Everybody crashed for a minute there.
I mean, I don't remember where the fuck we left off, and I know we're rambling here, but I'm just saying, like, I just think everyone should get that second chance. That's the whole point. If you do have a guy,
cancel Bieniek.
If you do have a guy injured, if you do have whatever reason, if you're a first-year coach and it just takes you that much buy-in till the end of the year, I think that's what's great about the sport is you have that safety net, and if you get rid of that safety net, it to me it becomes the sport suffers from that.
Hold on, I can get you the slide before skipping.
Okay.
What game are we on?
What do we want to do with this game? Or I think Oh, yeah.
Wait, it's right after Navy. Okay. So next up is Bucknell Loyola. Bucknell's laying 2.5.
Line fucking stinks. Another Patriot stinker.
Give me fucking Loyola.
I'll lock Loyola.
Yeah, I think I'm with you.
We're getting Patriot League madness tomorrow. American and Bucknell both together.
Yeah, double lock on these Greyhounds. Why? Because it makes no sense. Just like these fucking conference tournaments.
We're gonna fade the A-Rod half court shot. I mean, that was a get up spots the other day. They just won by 40.
Even though Loyola,
yeah, true. They're
both were kind of rolling. Yeah. Next up, it's a very golden night show going on in Orlando.
This
Florida.
is a very gold slide.
Here he is, this fucking guy.
Kansas State is getting 4.5. Call me crazy, man. This line stinks. I think this line is telling you to load the fuck up on UCF, and that's what I'm doing. I am laying the 4.5 with UCF. Lock it up. I don't understand this one. What are you doing here, Mac?
I agree. I think UCF smashes them. I think K-State's banged the fuck up now. Now they got to travel. I think they're ready to mail this season in on Tang. So yeah, UCF blowout.
This one does smell.
It smells to high heaven, man. Double lock. You want in on this, Bieniek? Triple lock?
I don't know what to do. The napkins got K-State favored by 2.5.
That's what I'm saying. I ran my numbers through this shit, and I was like, how the fuck are they getting 4.5?
Yeah, so who's hurt for K-State?
Hawkins. That's a huge loss.
Yeah.
I know he kind of is their guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take UCF. Let's jump in.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like the Western Michigan play last night in a way. All right. So we got a triple lock going in on UCF. Let's go. Triple lock.
This one's quick and easy, 357. A-Rod dwarfs Jeter as a player.
Wow. There we go. We're giving you answers. You got questions, we got answers. Next up, Fairfax, Virginia. Fordham at George Mason. George Mason trying to lock down that 2 seed. Or even the 1 seed if VCU slips. I'll take Mason, but I'm always paranoid of a team that scores like 54 points a game, laying 13.5. Yeah. I'll lay it, but I'm not betting this. What are you doing here?
No bet. Give me Fordham points. Mason wins by 12. Yeah.
The Bonnies are in Philly taking on St. Joe's. St. Joe's laying 6.5. I'm gonna lock up St. Joe's because I don't think the Bonnies are any good on the fucking road. You with me on this?
Yeah. So another Philly lock. Yeah. Philly parlay here.
LaSalle, St. Joe's, little Philly Temple triple parlay there. Let's go. Next up, Wofford is at the Cats. Shout out to my guy Weehawk. Wofford laying 9.5 in Cullowhee against Western Carolina. It's too much. Give me the Cats. No bet.
Agree. No bet. Western Carolina's been a nice little.
They're getting better. Yeah, they're getting better. I think next year they might be all right. Yeah.
Yeah. They may pick somebody off in the tourney. They've been picking teams off.
UIC is in Cedar Falls taking on Northern Iowa. Northern Iowa laying 7.5. I can be talked into a bet on Northern Iowa. I'm taking them minus the points. But my only thing is, can they actually improve their seating?
Yeah, they're deadlocked with Bradley.
Okay, I thought I was looking at it. Maybe I was looking at it incorrectly.
I'm trying to. I mean, they both there's not really a big difference between the 2 and 3. You got to still win 3 games in 3 days next weekend, but you get 2 hours, I guess, rest advantage. You play the 7:00 game versus the 9:00 game. Yeah, give me Northern Iowa, lock it up. They win by 10.
I think the big thing is UIC has just not looked that great of late.
Yeah, and Northern Iowa bounced back off that debacle.
Yeah,
100%. Get off the train.
What's up?
Get off the tracks when the train's coming through after all that shit went down the other night. You and I.
Triple lock. Let's go. Where the fuck's this music? Here we go. No. Triple lock on you and I. All right, we got Queens at North Alabama. What is this number?
North Alabama laying 7.5.
I'll lay it because if North Alabama wins and Lipscomb loses, North Alabama wins the regular season. Should we bet this?
I believe they did. Queens won at home. I think North Alabama rolls by double digits to win the league here. Give me North Alabama. Lock it up.
Double lock on these Lions. Come roar with the fucking Lions. Lay it. All right, next up, we got Stetson taking on Jacksonville. It's still a vital game. What's this number?
Jacksonville like 14.5. Ugh.
I'll take Stetson. Actually, I'm tempted to bet Stetson, but no, just take Stetson. What are you doing here?
I'll just take Stetson. Jacksonville may drill them, but I'll take Stetson by default in the Florida battle.
Austin Peay, the Governors, are laying 3.5 in Carrollton, Georgia against West Georgia. Give me West Georgia. No bet.
So yeah, final game of the year. West Georgia. What's the line?
3.5 for the Governors.
Give me West Georgia. I kind of want to bet West Georgia. Final game of the year.
We ate shit on them the other day, though. You're going back in on this?
I'll go back in on them. I'll fade Austin Peay on the road.
Moneyline Mag locking up the Wolves of West Georgia, catching 3.5 at home. Next up, Ole Miss is at Auburn. Auburn's laying 12.5. I will take Ole Miss, and like you could talk me into a lock here. This kind of reminds me of the Arkansas play.
Yeah.
First off, Ole Miss is battle tested. Auburn has some big games on deck, and Ole Miss lost 2 in a row. But man, they won at Alabama. They can cover this fucking number at the Jungle. Is my thought.
I love Beard as a big dog. Control the tempo. They've already seen Auburn. They lost a tough one. Got backdoor covered for Auburn. Backdoor covered that. Yeah, I'm all over Ole Miss. Lock it up. It's gonna be a game.
Let's go. Rebels double lock plus 12.5. Next up, Colgate is laying 9.5 at home against Holy Cross. System play. I will lay it. No bet.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bet the system here. It's kind of broken. They're not even gonna win the league. Give me Holy Cross.
Georgia State what is this number? What is this number? Georgia State's in Conway, South Carolina.
Here we go.
Coastal looks so bad though. I'm diving into this thing. Give me Georgia State minus 1.5. No bet.
Same, no bet. Give me Georgia State.
By the way, we zoomed past that Ole Miss game. Chat's couldn't talking about it. Shout out Mary Kate Cornett.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Jesus Christ.
Ole Miss student section at the baseball game was chanting her name last night.
What a wild time to be alive.
Who is that?
Long story.
Long internet story. Basically, She fucked her boyfriend's dad.
Oh, shout out to her.
Yeah, you see that every day, don't you?
It wasn't such a long story, was it? Charlotte.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Charlotte is catching 8.5 at Tulane. Give me the Clits and the points. No bet.
I kind of want to bet they're ass on the road. You're right. Yeah, just give me Charlotte and the points. No bet.
NC Central is that Maryland Eastern Shore. What the hell is this number?
Central is laying 7.5. Oh God, is this copping all over again? Off the double overtime game.
I'm not touching this. Yeah. In fact, give me Eastern Shore. Give me Eastern Shore.
This is a rigged game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will bet Eastern Shore 0-10.
You're going on it.
I know these lines.
Moneyline Mag, lock it up. Eastern Shore and Princess Anne, Maryland there.
This Coppin State all over again.
It really is. It really is. Next up, Rice is catching 13.5 at Memphis. We got to go in, man.
On Rice.
Memphis. I was just on Memphis laying that big number against FAU.
Yeah.
Rice plays them tough for whatever reason.
Lanier.
But even earlier this year was a 3-point game, right?
Yeah.
4-point game. Yeah.
I'm just talking about like Lanier at SMU. It was always a good game.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, go back and look at it last year. Rice got him. I'm going to take the points. Lock it up.
Oh, let's go Rice.
Memphis will win the game.
Yeah.
Rice loses by 6. Double lock on these Owls. Next
Memphis
up,
has UAB on deck too. Oh yeah.
Great look ahead.
Shit, yeah.
Drake is at Evansville. Drake's laying 8.5. Has Drake officially locked up the 1 seed? Is that official?
Yeah. Evansville might be the play here.
I think we do. I think we go in on Evansville.
Yeah, I'm with you. Let's go. Lock it up, Evansville.
Double lock Evansville plus the 8.5. Central Arkansas taking on Lipscomb. Lipscomb's laying 19.5, and I'm gonna fucking lay it because they clinched the 1 seed. They're gonna win by 30 tomorrow. It's gonna be a party. It's gonna be a party in Nashville. No bet. What are you doing here?
What they do? Yeah, I'll lay it. I was tempted to bet it, but no bet. That is a big number to bet.
The Colonials of George Washington. Are headed into Chicago. Take on these Ramblers. Ramblers laying 3.5. Disregard that number up top there. Laying 3.5. The over under a 139.5. Smash play. I'm all over Loyola. Chalky. I don't give a fuck. Lay the 3.5. Lock it up. You in?
Definitely chalky, but I mean, let's keep taking them at home. Let's go.
Double lock on these Ramblers and Sister Jean. Lay that 3.5. All right, Belmont. Since Springfield, Missouri, taking on the Missouri State Bears. Belmont laying 1.5.
This is a big game for Belmont.
This is a stinky ass line though, dude. 4th place against 12th place.
I know.
You're only laying 1.5. Give me Missouri State.
Well, here's the other thing with Belmont. Like, they are the 4 seed, and the 4 seed gets gets the double bye. What the fuck is this line?
Spoon's bet's cracking me up. I don't understand the line.
Here, I'll give you a dive. I'll dive into this one. Give me Belmont. Lock it up.
Yeah, I'm staying away from the bet. Moneyline Mag, lock it up. The Belmont Bruins minus 1.5. All right, South Dakota rivalry game. Taking on North Dakota State. Seeding is at stake. These are the 4 and 5 seeds. I'll take the points here. It's just a lot of points for a rivalry game. What are you doing here?
Give me the points. No bet.
Yeah, it's fringe for me. 9.5 is a big ass number. They keep playing these fucking rivalry games. It's like 9.5 is just a big number.
So what is it? I mean, they're gonna play again next week. They're gonna see each other again. Actually, this is a huge fucking game.
That's what I'm saying.
There's a bye on the line. Yeah, let's actually lock South Dakota.
I think you're right. 9.5 is just a big number. Let's go Coyotes plus 9.5. Staples on Staples. Bob says Drake has not locked the 1 seed. There's 2 games left. Bradley can still win the league if Drake drops a game.
Drake already won the league, so they've won a share of the league. Sorry.
That's a little tricky with that Evansville bet, though.
It's a back-to-back road spot off an overtime game. I'm sticking to my guts on that one.
Villanova is in Newark taking on Seton Hall, and I am locking up Seton Hall plus 7.5. A rivalry game too.
Yep.
You with me?
Yeah, they're playing for Seton Hall.
Yeah, for Shaheen. Yeah. Nova may win, but it'll be by 2, 3, 4, something like that. Next up, Penn State is in Bloomington taking on Kevin Keats 2.0 in the Indiana Hoosiers. I'm locking up Indiana minus 6.5. Mac?
I'm going to battle you. Give me Penn State. Indiana already won at Penn State this year. Penn State's they're playing for their postseason lives here as well.
We got a battle. Dundee on the Hoosiers. Mac on the Nittany Lions. Bieniek?
Low-key, I think Indiana is playing good ball. Last 4 games have been actually kind of impressive. So I'm coming in on the Hoosiers. Cocktail Napkins got a minus 10.
Bieniek, Dundee against Mac. Bieniek and Dundee on the Hoosiers. Mac on the Nittany. Next up, Arkansas State is in Lafayette, Louisiana. Laying 10.5. Give me the points. Louisiana's suddenly starting to play better.
Yeah, give me the points as well. No bet.
I'm tempted. South. What is this number? South Alabama's laying 6.5 in Hattiesburg against Southern Miss. What the fuck is this, dude? I hate the Sun Belt. I fucking hate the Sun Belt in basketball. I'm laying it, but I'm terrified of betting this because of the number. Your thoughts?
I'm locking up Southern Miss.
It just doesn't make any sense, right?
Game after they get rid of Curbelo. Let's go.
Curbelo hasn't played for him though. Right?
Just get him away from the program. Get him away. Just get him away.
Oh man, he's a lot like smallpox or something. You know what I mean? Like just get it away from the village, right? Moneyline Max, lock it up. Southern Miss, what a bold play! Fuck off. I will. This is like one of the last games I'd bet on the slate. This you can talk me into. The Wahoos are getting 8.5 in Winston-Salem. I kind of think we should bet Virginia.
This is the Ryan Odom Bowl.
Yeah.
Good point. Mac, what are you doing here?
Kind of think Wake smacks him.
I'm going to take Virginia.
Wake season's done. Fake win.
I'm going to take the Wahoos, but no bet. You didn't talk me into it, but Mojo's in there. He's high on the Wahoos there. I think they have the style they play with that could really fuck with Wake Forest.
I'll lay it with Wake. I'll lock battle you.
I didn't say I was locking this thing. I said I can be talked into a lock.
Wake's gonna fuck him up. Wake pretend bounce back spot.
Moneyline Mac, lock it up. Wake Forest. Then the ACC game we've waited a whole season for. Boston College and Palo Alto take it up. Stanford laying 10.5 points.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I'm actually going to lay it.
I think laying is the right side.
No, I'm not betting this though. Lay it though.
I'm good.
Kentucky is in Norman, Oklahoma. Laying 2.5. Pick Dundee, locking up the Sooners. Porter Moser's trip to the big dance is gonna happen. They beat Kentucky outright at this half-empty fucking crowd. First off, they also have no history playing each other. This is the first time they've played in 15 years. So I think that's an advantage for Oklahoma. And guess who's on deck for Kentucky? Oh, Auburn. All over the Sooners here. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I'll lock up Oklahoma. They got better guards because Kentucky's really banged up still. Yeah, give me the Sooners.
Double lock on these Sooners. And damn, there's still a lot of games left. DePaul is at Omaha taking on Michael Crichton. Welcome to fucking Jurassic Park. I'll lay it. No bet. Actually, you know what? Give me the points. No bet.
I'll lay it with Creighton. Line says Creighton.
Bradley is in Valpo taking on the Crusaders. And this logo, this beacon of shit logo. Bradley's been living on the edge, man. They've been living on the fucking edge lately. I'm still going to lay it. They're fighting for the postseason. What are you doing here?
God, this line fucking stinks.
Yeah, no bet.
Holy fuck. How many has Valpo lost in a row?
Should we bet on Valpo?
Actually, they won 2 in a row. What? They won 3 out of 4. What the fuck? Yeah, I'll bet Valpo. I'll fade Bradley on the road here.
I'm staying away. Fuck Valpo. Money line, Mac. Lock it up, Valpo. Next up, the Johnnies, and this line is off. It's now 7.5. I even think you can catch an 8 out there, but let's just call it at 7.5 here because that's the majority of the books.
Butler lock.
Yep, all over Butler. Plus the 7.5. St. John's can still win this game, but man, I just think you got to fade. They've shot so well the past couple games. They're due for a regression, and Thad Matta has played a lot of good teams to the brink. You got to take the points here, and they're the more desperate spot here. Double lock on the Butler Bulldogs.
Yeah, Butler plays up to their competition for sure.
Yeah. Utah with your boy Josh Eilert as the head coach.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, coming into Arizona, which I know this will be a chalky play. I think everyone will be on Arizona. My only problem is this: Arizona hasn't lost back-to-back home games. Losing back-to-back home games happens like once every 20 years at Arizona. I will lay that number, but I'm not betting it because I do think it is so goddamn chalky. This, by the way, is the producer play of the night.
Yeah, I'll lock up Utah. It's the interim 1-game bump.
Yeah.
Play for the interim for a game. I'm not saying they're going to fucking beat Arizona, but they lose by 12. They compete, make some shots. Yeah, I'll lock up Utah.
Money line, Mac, locking up these Utes. Bieniek?
Yeah, I'm on Utah too for the 1-game interim bump. But also, like, Utah has at least, been respectable. Like, I'm with Mac. I don't think they're going to win this game, but they'll keep it within 15.5. That line's a little disrespectful in my opinion. The last time they lost by 15, let alone 16 or more, was Houston on January 22nd, over a month ago. So I like the Utes. I think they were honestly playing all right ball and just pulled the trigger.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, it makes sense because BYU has shit pumping their money into that program. But yeah, Utah.
Yeah, I'm staying away. Double lock for you guys on the Utes. All right, let's make some money. Is Hinkle number 1? What's that? Hinkle Fieldhouse. Okay, is Hoosiers Colby's favorite basketball movie? Shout out to 357. My favorite basketball movie is probably Hoosiers. I mean, I love White Man Can't Jump. Also, I know that's a different style of basketball movie because it's not structured historically about something, but I'd probably say actually I love blue chips too, but I think Hoosiers will probably get the nod. That or White Man Can't Jump. Hope that answers the question. I mean, I probably watch White Man Can't Jump more. Because Hoosiers is one that you just can't like. It's a great movie, but I just don't watch it. Like White Man Can't Jump is one I feel like you can watch it anytime. So, yeah, there we go. Next up, Texas, Arkansas. The Southwest Conference is back, and guess what I'm doing? Arkansas is laying 3.5. Lock. Have fun on the outside of the tournament, Horns, you pussy ass institution. Come on, John Calipari. What are you doing here, Mac?
I'm locking Texas. This is the game Cal fucking. This is a choke job by Cal. Texas needs this game more, in my opinion, because I think they're the ones sliding off the bubble. Everybody's kind of crowned Arkansas, and Arkansas already drilled them at their place. I think Texas returns a favor, wins at Arkansas.
Wow. Bieniek, what side do you on, brother?
I think this is a brutal road trip. One of the worst you could get in the SEC, going from Columbia, South Carolina to Fayetteville, Arkansas in 2 days. I like Arkansas. Cocktail Napkins got it at -7. And
they haven't played in Fayetteville in forever, by the way.
Yeah, that's a good point too. But also, I think the Hogs have kind of figured something out without Boogie. So we were talking about that the other night. I'm riding the Hogs.
Boom, we got a battle. Dundee, Bieniek with the Hogs, Mac with the Horns. All right, next up, we got BYU in Tempe, Arizona, and that line is still 4.5, and I am locking up the Arizona State Sun Devils.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, give me 4.5. Sprinkle that money line. Sprinkle that money line. You with me?
Yeah,
right?
Arizona State's is a weird team. Play up to their competition, play down to their competition. Got that win, got that monkey off the back. I think they play free tomorrow, make some shots, and BYU is definitely due for a night they don't make shots. So yeah, give me the Sun Devils.
Double lock on the Sun Devils of Arizona State. All right, next up, Utah State. The Aggies are heading into Boise. This is actually the game I'm looking forward to most, I think. This or Texas, Arkansas. Boise State's laying 3.5. I'm locking up Boise State -3.5. Only one team's beat Boise in this stadium, and that's San Diego State. Boise wins by 5. Mac?
Yeah, Boise's on the bubble, man. They're the desperate team here. They make shots in this building. I'll fade Utah State off that San Diego State physical game.
Double lock on Boise. Next up, we have Ohio State and LA taking on USC. USC, the road team in a way, because they're coming back from Piscataway. However, I just trust Eric Musselman more. Give me USC, no bet. What are you doing here?
I'll bet Ohio State. I
hate this game, by the way.
Yeah, I'll bet the Buckeyes.
Money line, Mac, locking up the Buckeyes in LA at the Galen Center. All right. I got a lock for you here. San Francisco's heading to Corvallis, where Oregon State's laying 2.5. Wait, the second ranked team in the WCC is a dog in Corvallis against the 5th ranked team. Oh, I remember why. Because Oregon State's 15-2 at home. Lock the Beavs -2.5. Double lock. And the final game on this slate. SMU is in Berkeley laying 2.5. Give me Cal +2.5. First trip to the West Coast. I know it's not as far as some of those other teams, but I'm still taking Cal. What are you doing here?
Give me Cal, lock it up. They end this phony SMU resume. This is the ACC where everybody goes to die.
I'll join you. Double lock on Cal. All right. Good God. Top plays of the night. So let's give away 5. Boise State is on my list. Oregon State is on my list. That is 2. 3. Give me UCF. 4. Give me Maryland. And 5. Damn, it's hard to judge which one I like more. 5. Give me St. Joe's. Mac, fire.
Boise, Oregon State, Oklahoma, Maryland. And did you say Ole Miss?
I did not.
I'll throw a big one in there. Give me Ole Miss.
Yeah. Bieniek?
I only have 4. Arkansas -3.5. Indiana -6.5. Northern Iowa -7.5. And UCF -3.5. A whole lot of chalk tomorrow.
Shout out to Greg who says, give me the 2 most likely to lose of Tulane, Nova, Arkansas State, Wake, and Stanford. To me, the most likely to lose, 2 of the most likely to lose. I will say
Nova against Seton Hall.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Nova Seton Hall would be my first pick. I think my second pick would be Arkansas State because Lafayette's played a lot better lately. Matt, I am betting LaSalle. It just wasn't one of my top 5 plays. It's
that would be my 6.
yeah, it's right there. 6 to me. 6 and 7 were like LaSalle and Arkansas.
Yeah. UCF right there too. I mean, we like a lot of the same ones. Well, lines are kind of telling this time of year, in my opinion.
Folks, give Noah Bieniek a follow on Twitter at NoahB77_. Check out the college baseball experience as well. He does great work with that. But yes, NoahB77_ on Twitter. Make sure you give him shit about this terrible opinion on these conference tournaments. And make sure you give Moneyline Mac a follow on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. Also check out the Ryan and Rush show. And don't forget about the college basketball experience pregame show. We're killing it over there with all this. Got a whole fucking team of people just giving out winners. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at @TheColbyD, the college football experience on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. I'm sorry, any of the college experience on at TCE on SGPN, but check out the college football experience tomorrow. We are going to be breaking down the Florida State Seminoles schedule release. The ACC dropped their schedule. We're looking at that schedule. We're also looking at their coordinator hires, some big hires there. Gus Malzahn and White coming in from Nebraska, Tony White. So check out that. Check out the Sports Gambling Podcast and come meet us in Vegas. Drinks on us. Till next time, this is the college basketball experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
Yeah, it's got me thinking about the good shit the minute that I seen your grill again. It made me good trip, good dog to mine back like dog will wind that. Man, I didn't get mad when you near me hit the can back, but The comings on was strong. Now my shit's coming along. You know the song. The truth is I'm pretty much on fire again. It's heating up for real. I'm alive again. And that's the attraction factor. Vancouver, Michigan with my rap disaster. Yeah, you know you want it how you want it. No need to trip cause I got it, doggone it. It's all yours and the extras too. All the super music and the sex for hope. Just get it straight cause you caught me in a good mood. Let me demonstrate what this time of year could do. Sing it. Yeah, last time you got the hot chick that I